So that brings us to the game actually being ready. We finally made it to session 20.
Yay!
I'll turn the music down a little bit so it's not quite so loud. So they're in a dungeon delve at the moment, and I set it up so I can walk around and be seen on multiple cameras. Still, so doing this one, Tales from the Yawning Portal, and you're actually deep in. So I think I have the picture here. The Forge of Jhyrrad.
That just
that's the one that all blew up, isn't it?
Yep.
yes. That is
So
rubble.
the Forge was definitely furious at being blown up. But we have to say he got what he wished for.
He did. That's what he wished for.
These forges will never be defiled again.
Well, I think that was almost the ultimate defilement. Now they're no longer forges.
Yeah, because they are your family forges.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, miscalculation on my part.
Okay, so today we have 4 players, and Stefan, please describe Mdrak.
Mdrak is a teenage dwarf, kind of short, spiky hair, bit unkempt, has the kind of spitting image of, how do you explain it? I think of one of the NC members. It's a dwarf. And full of teenage angst. And used to play drums, but that got kind of taken away. And now he's
Thank you.
supporting his party lovingly with teenage angst. Teenage spirit. Much to no advantage.
Cue music.
Cue copyright.
So that is Mdrak, the one who died and gave up his music for his god.
Well, he prays the hardest after the country let down.
Metal Settle?
Metal Settle.
Well, hey, you did ask the dwarves to provide something for you. And you are, despised by the other dwarves.
Yeah.
So they gave you something to, help with that disposition, because the saddle was made of better material than anything else you had.
Pretty much.
And you had to do a write-up on how the saddle worked when you
I
got
had
back.
to return it in the adventure. Just
So-
to bite the bullet.
The next person we have is Sue with Camdu.
Okay. Camdu she's the niece to the Great Khan himself, so she's part of the ruling clan, which makes her a princess. She's 16 years old, but she's 6 foot tall, long black hair that she wears in a braid down the back.
About 1 to 2 feet taller than most of her kinsmen.
Yes. She's very fit and strong with rippling muscles, but she's very independent and wise for her years, but she has lots of bodyguards, but she prefers to do her own protecting. And she's used to people following her, respecting her and providing for her, but she actually prefers to do everything herself. She's really, really independent.
Hey, at least it's not ballet. Fetch my sword. Where's your sword? I stuck it in the roof.
I did that once.
And I'm pretty sure I retrieved it.
I believe you did.
Yes.
That's why I said it that way. And then we have M with Sal, who also died and gave up her pride.
Yeah, so the ranger cleric.
The prideful ranger who's now the cleric.
Prideful ranger who's now a cleric, who has a weird sense of age. Was 17, then really old at 57, then got back to being 17, and is now 27.
All in the matter of 6 months.
Pretty much. He is a disowned or sort of disliked family. of necromancers, hence wanting to be the black sheep and be a ranger, which is clearly not working out for him.
Worst things could have happened.
Worst things could have happened. And here's Ladies Lesson.
And you've got magical items from your parents.
And I have magical items from my parents. One of them is my parents.
Technically, they both could be.
Well, one of them is blessed by my mom. Yeah, the other is my dad's skull, who speaks to me in Celestial.
And then we have Josh, who's playing Chevelle, protector of Camden, slayer of Zell's parents.
That I did do. Not my fault though.
What was your backstory?
It was my backstory, yes. So Chevelle is probably about a foot shorter than Camden. I was blue, now I'm red. Because during... Yes.
There's a story there.
There was a story there. This rope was getting me really irritated, the fact that it wouldn't allow me to kill it.
And then there was also the stone that was going to help you save the world got thrown into the
Oh yeah, that's right. I saw my precious rocket thrown to the depths of wherever.
The dragon's nest.
It was donated to the dragon without your wish.
Yes.
By the bard who said, "Here, have your rock back."
Yeah.
After he played drums with his head and the
The
floor.
one time I tried to do something good, it failed miserably.
My precious rocket is down the bottom of wherever now.
Might as well have been a freaking moonstone and make you roll.
So now I'm a very dark red. I am a protector of Camdu. Protecting is a strong word. Following is more like the correct answer.
Cleaning up after.
Yeah, cleaning up after.
I'm pretty sure I've healed you on multiple occasions though, but...
That is pretty much cleaning up after.
Yeah.
Here, you're wounded. Let me fix that.
I clean up after most of the party. Oh look, everyone's tripping over their shoelaces again. Okay, who
Not
needs
anymore.
You're stuck with tripping over your shoelaces again?
Oh no, I'm already down.
Yeah, you are. You seem to have tripped over your shoelaces once again.
Yeah, I really have.
Well, you do have someone who is a cleric who should be able to help you with stuff.
They're on the floor at the moment.
Yeah, I could explode it thanks to Bob.
Yes.
So, how many hit points do people have?
15 out of 28.
24 out of 30.
I didn't write down how much I got hit for.
Both
Oh no, sorry, I'm at -3. Out of-
19 out of 26.
Out of 13.
Really? I thought you were down at the end of the
I'm -3 out of 13. I
you
am
were right
down.
next to the explosion.
I was in between explosions, but yes.
So,
Well, she's on -3.
Yes.
I thought it was... No, I
currently
don't think
D20
that
Pro
was
isn't
19
working
out of
too well at the
25.
moment.
You were right next to the bomb.
No, I don't know why I didn't write it down then. Okay.
Because a few people were about to fall into the water and
I think
die.
you rescued me and dragged me back up the bank.
I'm
But
gonna
that's
get
about
some
it.
there then.
I grabbed.
Oh, you
It was
grabbed me.
me.
Yeah, sorry.
I
I'm
grabbed
sorry.
Stefan ended up there, over there, and some...
I'm pretty.
I'm still. I have all my things.
I'm pretty.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you got put it into full negative, didn't you?
I
No,
think-
no, he didn't.
No.
He was
No,
close.
oh, you were close.
He was
okay.
close.
Very close.
He was close, but he made his saving throw.
That's
So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Very, very close to going no. He was almost dead outright.
It was,
Yeah.
It was like -23 or something.
Something,
And
yeah.
I have 26 hit points.
Yeah, and then he
That's
made
right.
his saving throw.
That's right. I'm on like -23.
Yeah.
Well, 0 because you only care if you go to minus hit points.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we
Get
had,
a minus
we
hit
had
points,
to
you
work
die.
it out.
But each time you take damage, you get a automatic failed on your
Yeah.
save.
It was close.
Let me throw
Yeah.
a mystical magical item into a burning hot kill. What could possibly go wrong?
And then make a wish.
Yeah.
Blow out the candles.
It worked, just not the way I expected it.
So I was going to give you a list of your equipment and stuff. A list of your hit points, so you could see how well you're doing. But apparently the tool's not working today.
Oh no.
Because the one thing I'm trying to do is edit any of the things. So I can't edit a new one, and I can't edit an existing one.
Oh, great.
Because the tool is going into a spiral and going...
Fun.
Hasn't died, but it is just doing nothing. So I've tried doing, because it's supposed to be double click and then you can go in and do stuff.
Yeah.
And then there is the edit command, so you can hit E when you're selected on the item to do stuff. Or you could then click on an expansion and a menu and get into it, and none of them are working. But I might be able to do damage, I don't know. Let's see. Damage works, but I can't change your hit points.
Yeah.
Luckily, we just have for the most part kept track.
Let's see.
So I would actually technically just be on 0 as well, or if someone actually brought me up.
You're back down.
Oh my god.
I thought, didn't Ross do some sort of healing?
Yeah.
I thought Ross did some sort of healing on
I
somebody.
think he did a medicine roll to stabilize.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, he did a heal roll to stabilize.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think you have any healing spells.
But they're still down.
Yeah.
Exactly why it's all caught up at the moment, I have no idea. So I can't give you a,
We'll keep track of it.
yeah.
Honestly.
We promise. I'm going to give myself like 5 extra hit points because I have abysmal 13.
No. It's a good temporary points, that's all.
Yeah, I need false life. Where's false life here? Can I learn false life? That would be awesome.
Where's reincarnation?
Did you pick it as one of the spells you learned?
Pardon?
Did you pick it as one of the spells you learned?
I don't think cleric. It's not in the cleric. I can't see it in the cleric list. I think it's a 4th level spell if it is. Banishment, control, death, ward, divination, guidance, space, locate creature, stone shape. So no, unless it's 3rd level. False. No. No, I don't think it's cleric. I know it's a sorcerer spell.
So I shall fix this bit over here for the moment.
Connection.
Or maybe it's not in D.
It can disappear for the moment.
No, I can't see it. It must be a
What have I got?
because I know Goblin had it.
I was going to say, someone's buzzing.
Mine, suspected spam. Dismiss. Gone.
No.
Damn, that would be useful actually.
So I got that up there at the moment as the page. Where I've actually done something nice.
Yay.
I basically use logos to show the actual player's guide thing. We shall see how that goes.
And did you send the latest version out?
I'm not sure if I've sent it out with. I'm wanting to finish off the gods first, so
Right,
it
okay.
does all the religions.
Yeah.
Because I have another 70 odd pages of gods to get through before I finished, where the gods can take up 1 to 2 pages per god. It's like, yay! But in this case, they're mainly 1 god per page.
Yeah, I was just thinking, class things. Have any of those pages been done? Okay. So nothing's really changed from last week.
The cleric is getting the domains and the pantheons cleaned up. And
Yeah,
then
right.
once I finish getting all that cleaned up, then I can clean up all the other stuff.
But I think for the most part, like I've got the nature domain, I've got those spells set. so that's alright.
And you'll have the name of the god for the nature domain for your pantheon.
Which is
Cause
Terra.
Terra, but I think she's listed as a different name. But it is, I believe it is the same god.
Terra Yamuga?
Yeah, I think it's Yamuga.
Yep.
So you pray to Yamuga, but as a player, you know it's Terra.
Terra. Yeah, because it's like in my notes it says follows the goddess Terra and in brackets Yamuga.
Okay, so last point we had it, you'd blown up some kilns. People were unconscious and dying. And a few people had almost fallen into some water.
Hi.
And I was going to give you a battle map to walk all over. But that died.
Awesome.
And I believe we're up to people being able to do stuff. So, is this where you go and save the day? Because you're still alive.
I know.
And everyone else around you is almost down or dead.
No, I'm okay.
Kevin's fine.
Everyone else is almost down or dead.
Kevin saw the ticking time bomb and decided to walk the opposite direction.
No, I think she followed Jeff's advice because he gave us slightly better advice than he did me by tackling me. And saying, get down! And I'm like, what are you doing? And stood up, that's why I died. Again. And whereas he was like, can't do this, it's like, he's going to explode the thing! And then he tackled me because I didn't hear it.
And I ran,
Yeah, you ran and dropped with him on the bridge. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was flying like,
Yeah! So yes, you're in this boiling mess of metal and rubble that used to be the forge of Mdrax's people.
So Camden's going to get up
Mm-hmm.
and try and go around and look for everybody in the
Yep.
party and try and rescue them all.
You can find the other three here. Everyone else who's not here is currently not visible.
Oh, okay.
can I see that?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It has that look that you're so
I
used
rescued
to.
you. She will
The
be right
daisy
next to
look
us.
into space.
The I'm almost dead look.
Beautiful. Okay. Excellent.
But what about these two? Because they were near us.
Oh, he can see him.
Okay, can I see
You can
them?
see her, and you
Yeah,
can
no,
see
I
you can see him in the burning
No,
piles of rubble.
Okay, I'm going to run over and try and pull him out.
Well, he was going to heal him first.
Oh, okay, well, by the time I get there, he's probably already healed.
Yeah.
So you-
my hands glow nice and red,
Yep.
and I put 4 points of healing.
You get 2 whole hit points. Isn't it great to be a dwarf?
Yep. No.
Thank you very much.
So you just 4 points, but I only healed you for 2.
Yep. Wait till I get the next week. I mean, no healing works at all.
Cool, if you drop over your shoelaces, you're dead.
Yeah, I mean, the magic works on me.
He has to take a short rest. It's like, why are we taking a short rest? So the dwarf can heal.
Yeah, when the dwarf gets dropped and we can't heal him back,
It's gonna
we
happen.
have to use medicine rolls to stabilize him.
Well, I have spare the dying, so that will at least work.
Actually, no, it won't.
No why?
Anything that is a healing spell, even restoration spells won't work on it.
Yeah.
So you can't cure disease, you can't regrow limbs, you can't.
He's a stubborn dwarf.
It's like the dwarf is going no to magic.
He is a dark emo dwarf.
Yeah.
Bonus he
Doesn't want
gets
any help, he just wants
is
to die.
he takes half damage from every form of magical damage.
So even though it's a necromancy cantrip, it's still considered a spell?
Well, it's still a spell, yes. All cantrips are spells.
Well, yeah, no, but like it's... Because it doesn't have...
It's all magic, not healing.
Yeah, right, okay. Because you took a creature 0 points, the creature becomes stable, the spell has no effect on undead or constructs. That's like really awesome.
And he'll be considered an unwilling target, and it just wouldn't work on him.
That's fine.
You can try.
Just put on check.
You can cast it and go to
Well, it's cantrip, doesn't really matter.
It's like, bink, doesn't work. Bink, still doesn't work.
bing, bing, bing.
Hammer, bink.
No, book.
That's what I'm worried about.
Oh, look, he got up with his different colour.
How was I here in the
Whoops.
first place?
Okay, so you managed to get everyone standing up. Camdu comes over and starts dragging you out of the flames while you're still waking up.
So, how many hit points do I have?
Probably.
What's playing in your head? Wake me up, wake me up.
Or it could be she tosses you in the water just to put you out.
I'd probably just dunk him in
Dunk
the
him?
water.
Okay, so you wake up to spluttering being dunked in water.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And when you rub your face down, you realise you've got no beard.
Oh, there goes my beard. And everything else.
Don't worry, we're back
And
in
my hair.
Yep, the hair's gone too.
It'll all grow back though.
You look like Deadpool without a mask.
You're gonna kill me.
Cool,
No,
do
it's
that.
not.
You look like a salami.
I'm not familiar with the term salami, but I will take your word for it.
So from what other people say, you look more like a gnome than a dwarf. Or a halfling.
You're a shitty cover band now. Yay!
Getting more and more into the role unintentionally.
Unintentionally?
I've got this thing.
Boy.
I'm a flash now and everyone hates flash.
Yep.
Do we all know? Did we all see him change?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So we know
I'm
it's-
now bright red. Are you joking?
No. I mean, like, when you changed, we saw you get mad and change colour.
Yes, because everyone was up. You were years in a cage and you were having a chat with the dragon.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, no, I'm just making sure that we don't hate you because we know it's you.
Yes. Everyone saw me change, they know it's me. However, everyone else will probably
It
go
could be a
to
doppelganger.
like 6 rows from me.
Yeah.
Well, if she's trying to protect me, then I'll know it's not a doppelganger.
A minute there, I thought you'd say. I thought you said if she's trying to protect me, it must be a doppelganger.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, if she doesn't try and protect me and you know, or if she tries to protect me and actually succeeds, then
Yeah.
I'll really know that it's a doppelganger.
No, I reckon we both try to protect you because we're trying to get close to you. But if one succeeds, yeah, that's a doppelganger.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Josh starts rolling natural 20s.
Ooh.
Natural 20s to slow Camden down. Yeah, good luck. Camden's like, I'm on my own. I'm
The
like,
only way that'll
So-
slow me down is if I roll ones, like when I threw my sword away.
Well, he'll get that. So, yes, you have a couple of dead dwarfs.
Yep. Were they like demonic ones or something?
Yeah, they were.
They were the dwarves from Ross's clan.
Oh, the
That's fine.
the
I
crazy
don't care
ones,
about
yeah.
Oh, they were all, yeah.
They're
those.
the,
Yeah,
they're
I
the
care about
crazy
those
ones.
guys.
Yeah, that's fine. It's good they're gone.
Yeah, they're all crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't mind that they're gone.
Ross is still here though.
But he seems so nice.
It seems.
Don't worry, he's losing his Jhyrrad.
Me and him don't get along.
Yes, and he's got the higher respect in the clans than you do.
Yes. Yes.
By the way, how's your shopping list going? Does dying 7 times on the shopping list?
I'll have to edit the shopping list, but yes.
Yes. You might find that your god starts adding things to the shopping list for you.
Wouldn't
So
surprise me.
in shiny hunting, you do go through phases every time you catch a different shiny. Are you phase 7 of trying to do this goddamn shopping list?
Probably.
Okay, so you have gotten everyone together. You've gotten all your gear back,
Yep.
slightly singed, and you can see all the kilns have been detonated.
Go that way now, right?
Yeah, we're not using them anytime soon.
It's very hard.
But at least they're not producing any more demonic weapons. Whatever the hell they were making.
Really gotta wonder about that though.
These guys are crazy. They make crazy shit.
Yeah, but we didn't exactly talk to them though.
We get a chance to.
Yeah, because people attacked.
And that's not my fault.
I know.
I was
I
gonna
look pointedly at the paladin.
I was gonna try, but you know.
The paladin ignores you, as usual.
No.
Which helps when he gets up and walks away from the table.
No.
Exactly.
Chauvel completely missed the whole conversation.
Yeah, Cheval was.
Cheval was being a tall person.
Just pointing out now, though, you two can have a holier than thou competition.
Cheval was doing Cheval's job and picking up the one that was who tripped over the chairs and going, there, it's okay.
And you didn't even buy him dinner either.
Oh well. Hey, there's no such thing as bad touch here.
Bad touchy.
Just a
Bad
stabilizing
touchy.
one.
Well, there is if you get a certain type of curse that makes positive energy harm you.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Wow.
Like, you're a living person, but healing actually hurts.
Yes.
Bad touch, bad touch.
That's a bad touch.
Okay.
I might ask you about future spell choices, but that's okay.
That's all good. There are many options.
I think the ones I've picked so far sound like what my character would probably learn, but I can go through it in more detail later.
It's all good.
I will go with what I picked today for today. So there's really like, if I was playing a cleric, great, but yeah.
Really am.
So you can see the river going further back upstream, downstream to the waterfall that you had gone up,
Oh, yep.
and a set of double doors that lead into the dwarven complex, with a slightly dented family crest, freshly dented.
Oh, yes.
So it did explode a lot of metal around the room.
Does that mean the crest is broken?
Probably.
Great.
Shall we try the door?
Yes, you could try the door.
Preferably not with my head.
That depends. How would you like to open it?
Preferably my hands.
That's completely up to you.
Strength? Open the door?
Well, if
Okay,
if
so-
if it's water, you speak to
What
the
what I
water.
really want to see is I want to play a drum
We
on the
had
door. It's
previously.
go
Oh,
bang,
that's
bang,
right.
bang.
Yeah, I spoke to it. I
Bang,
forgot
bang.
about that. I will say my family name and then push against the door.
And the door opens.
Okay. The door opens. I didn't know where I rolled that.
Because you decided you wanted to roll anyway. I could have
There you
waited
go.
until you rolled and said, and you failed to open the door based on the roll you
Of
made.
course I get a decent roll for opening a freaking door.
Finally, the door didn't defeat you.
Hey,
No.
there have been times you've rolled 1 on opening doors.
This is true.
It's like, and I go to open the door. It's a pull door, and I've been pushing it.
Or you pushed it too hard, it bounces back and slaps you in the face.
Well, I've had a description of, yes, we're trying to force the door open. You are? Have you looked at the door? No, I'm just trying to force it open. Half an hour later,
What
someone
is-
comes up and just pulls the door.
Well, what does this button do? Oh look, it's the door's open.
I like the ones where you try and push and pull, it doesn't work, so you try and slide and it works.
My favourite one is where the door is just painted on and there's a handle attached to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So players will spend a half an hour of game time or more just trying to open this trap.
Awesome.
And all it is something to sit there and confuse them.
And it works
Yes.
brilliantly.
Yes, yes.
Well, they do have people who write that up as a standard trap. So you find yourself in the great hall of your family. This enormous hall is lined with 10 great pillars carved in the forms of giants and dragons that support the vaulted ceiling high above. Guttering orange torches set in sconces along the wall illuminate the room, and a mighty throne sits on a dais at the not too far away from your door. The walls were once covered with tiled mosaics, but they have been smashed and defiled by graffiti.
Oh.
Tiny fragments of tile litter the floor, and you can see 5 other exits. A small fire smolders on the floor before the dais, where 6 sleeping pellets lie empty, surrounded by packs and supplies. The sound of hammers ringing on iron... No, that doesn't happen anymore because you just killed those people. Suddenly a harsh voice calls from the shadow pillars.
The sound of silence.
Solve that problem.
Sound of deafening silence, apparently.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Well, they were expecting you to come from the furthest point from the throne.
Aha.
Not that there were many ways you could come from. It's like, yes, you're coming from this way. It's like, but there are so many other ways to come. And you hear someone yell out to you, go back the way you came. This is the only warning you'll get. And they say that in Dwarven.
Damn it, I was going to do a stupid response going, we kind of exploded it, we need to go that way.
Is the accent the Mad Dwarves, or is it
Something else.
something else?
Oh,
Do you have to roll Dwarven for this, or?
No, you speak Dwarven.
You speak.
Yeah, but to maybe tell the accent.
Do I roll Dwarven?
Okay,
I speak
they
Dwarven.
say I'm using a Rockhome dialect.
I would probably have to roll to distinguish. You probably not so much.
You are.
Okay.
Do I
okay. I
distinguish?
guess I will understand the accent and say,
Oh.
if... Correct me if I'm wrong, but you hail from Rockhome?
Says, yes, I hail from the home of rock.
Yes, well, as
wanna
do
rock.
I. Can you make yourself known so that we might have a conversation?
Sure, step forward.
Can you step forward first?
There's more of you than there are of me, so you step forward.
Fine, I'll step forward.
Okay.
Here we go again.
The ranger checks for traps.
Checks for boom! Never mind.
Never mind, yeah.
Snare trap. No damage, just left there hanging. This is a bad day.
Okay, so as you step forward, someone in the full regalia of your family steps forward. You can't see; you can only see some eyes through the helmet slits, and says, "Who are you who dare desecrate this place?
Well, it's not desecrating, I mean...
You just blew up the kiln, the forges."
Unintended side effects of the Mad
Let me scratch that off
Dwarves.
my shopping list. Blow up kilns. Scratch.
I am Emdrak Einheim. I'm seeking my family. I've been...
So you've come here to destroy them.
You healed it, didn't you?
Oh crap! I didn't do that.
You just blew up their heritage.
That was an unintended side effect. That was not meant to
Because I can
happen.
cure myself now.
I was trying to stop the Mad Dwarves from building their demonic weaponry, and then that happened. So I do apologize about that, but
Sorry, man. I'm just rewinding because everyone's still down. I hear that 40 points.
yeah.
Yep.
So this is awkward.
Is he like one of your brothers or?
We don't know yet.
Why am I getting?
So
Emdrak's not exactly the best
Oh.
conversation.
It's my long name.
but you do realise that
Bad touch.
once destroyed, they cannot be rebuilt.
Maybe soon.
Why not?
They were artifacts of your god.
They were
They were the forges of your clan.
I think the three.
Hang on. They were artifacts.
Yeah.
They're being used by Mad Dwarves to create demonic things, so they were tainted. So aren't I technically doing my god a favor by destroying tainted things?
Well, you could have cleansed them.
You can do that?
Oh my
Not
God.
anymore.
Oh.
Only a true son of the clan can destroy the forges.
Stefan
There you
waves.
go.
Well, I guess that kind of proves that's me.
Yes, but that also destroys the clan.
Not intentionally.
Technically, there is no clan now.
I'm still alive, so does one person count as a clan?
Well, it's not an important clan anymore.
Well,
Who,
no. Considering...
Kandu's going to step forward and say, well, who the hell are you?
You understand Dwarven?
No, she doesn't understand Dwarven.
I just see these guys talking and nothing's coming out, so I'm going to...
Okay.
But you speak common?
Yeah,
What other languages do you have?
elemental, water language.
Okay, so the dwarf turns to you and says, "My name is Garrett.
Garrett who?
I don't need another name. I just need one name. I'm important."
You can't be important if you only have one name.
Yes, I can.
Says who? You?
Yes.
You're as mad as those other dwarves we found.
Says plot.
Probably.
No, it says the prophet princess here.
Considering the dwarf here with two names blows things up.
Hey,
Yeah.
That was a misunintended side of it.
Yeah, but he's working with his god. You aren't.
I am working with my god.
No, you're not. You
Yes.
wouldn't be here.
Just not the same god as him. There are different gods.
Well, then why didn't you blow things up?
This wasn't my clan.
Hang on a second. You're
So-
wearing my clan's armor,
That's nice and comfortable.
but you're not of my clan.
No, I never said I was part of your clan.
Right.
Get off my lawn.
This now is no longer a clan stronghold because the forges are gone.
Kandu's going to walk over, kick the thing
He's-
to actually
he's
pull
not-
his helmet off.
Okay.
He's not a part of your clan because you've created your own clan of one.
I'm going to
This is
pull
the
the
clan of
helmet off
Emdrak, thank you
Okay.
very much.
and then whack him.
Okay, so you pull the helmet off, and it's a female dwarf under there.
I'm still going to
But
whack
it's also resembles the Ross's dwarf instead of.
her. Yeah, I'm going to whack her.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Give me a roll.
Uh-oh.
No, probably not. That's a 5.
That's a 5. Okay.
3.
You lift the helmet off. She just looks at you as you go to punch, and she just holds up her hand and catches you. Bink.
Okay, I'm pretty strong though.
Yeah. But she's also in full plate.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Look, if we're gonna
But
hug it
she's
out,
off
can we
the
at least
ground.
take off the armor first?
You-
Because that's my family armor.
You had trouble lifting her. She's heavy.
Okay, but I'm pretty strong.
Well, it normally takes 2 or 3 people to lift someone in full plate.
Oh, okay.
And
And I'm 6 foot tall,
yeah.
and she's only.
She's about 4 foot something.
Mm.
So it's like, "Ugh, helmet, bink.
Yeah.
Right.
And she kind of just lets you do that.
Mm.
That's funny. No resistance at all.
Yeah, didn't worry about you lifting the helmet off. It
That's
just
great.
it says, see, none of your clan exists anymore.
I'm grabbing the helmet.
Yep.
This is mine. And so is the rest of the armor.
Doesn't belong to you. You don't have a clan anymore.
Doesn't belong to you either.
I found it.
Nah. Well, we just found it, and I'm gonna try.
My name
Get
is
it off the
upstairs
house.
in the thingy room.
Which room?
The
It's all right. I'm shaking
Emdrak
her.
looks down for a second and goes, oh, never mind, that's the
Yeah, so we have fun.
it's the
Crypt?
yes.
I'm
says-
shaking. I'm shaking her in this armor.
And you see 2 other of these dwarves stepping out behind her.
That's why she says she thinks she's.
Oh.
Both of them with heavy crossbows pointed at you.
I'll
At
hold
least
her
it's
in
not me
front of
this time. Thank you.
Oh, I'm just gonna go for it, she can take it.
Oh, not this again. I've seen this before.
I'll say again. Thank God it's not me.
I'm gonna yell out,
I'll
whatever
turn her
you do,
sideways.
listen to them. This didn't end well last time.
I just turn the
Stop
the
looking
door
at me.
sideways and block.
You have
Stop
trouble
looking
holding
at
her
me.
up.
Oh, okay.
She is still too heavy for you.
Mm.
That's okay. Someone said for them to shoot you.
I may have accidentally started combat because I'm a terrible conversationalist.
Oh.
I don't think so. I think they were going to do it anyway.
Again, how am I meant to protect Camdu when Camdu literally runs headfirst into everything?
Oh no, this time I told him to shoot it.
In the
Because I said she
meantime,
could take it.
I'm gonna cure. Can I cure wounds on myself?
Yeah.
I should be able to.
You can.
Very good time to.
Yeah, no, because like literally I'm on 4 hit points out of 13. I'm not gonna last very long otherwise.
Okay, so we may actually do initiative here.
One go.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure cure wounds,
13.
like, just.
Oops. Never mind.
Kill ring.
Yes, my computer decided that I wasn't allowed to have number lock on.
As in, like, I literally have it here.
Yes,
you
I have been
have
loving
picture
this
range.
computer because it is so great that everything seems to fail every time I try to use it.
Points equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, which is just plus
Okay,
2.
so he got a fantastic roll on that one. So what did you get for Mdrak? 6. What did Zell get? Okay. What did Sherville get?
I'm far too busy examining this helmet.
I'm looking the other direction. It'll take me about 2 rounds to look the other way.
You rolled a 1.
I'm busy curing myself for a fantastic 7.
Have you considered
So what was your initiative though?
That was
13.
7. Oh, sorry.
You got a 7 for yours?
That was 7 for my
This
initiative.
pattern needs to consider a directional compass.
I'm doing my job at
Look behind you, looks forward.
I'm still looking at the fire out the front door that you created. I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Look.
At least pull out some marshmallows, please.
I can pull out bits of you and roast them.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I'm pretty sure I have some bits spared somewhere in my backpack.
Probably.
8.
Just take one bit every time you're being down and I don't yell you.
For fuck's sakes. That's alright though.
You're up to 9 now.
I'm up to 9 now.
Don't worry. Could possibly go wrong with 9 hit points.
Okay,
Well, I mean,
so
to be honest,
the
that's almost my cap,
the
so-
dwarf that you're trying to pick up just grows to twice its size.
Oh,
God.
they're doing the thingy thing. Yep.
Yeah, it's just bink, and it's now looking down at you.
Oh, great.
Well, it means that it's
Doesn't make it easy to hit.
no. What about in the chinks of the
Well,
armor?
because
I'm
it goes
closer
from
to the
it goes from a medium creature to a medium creature.
So it goes from a medium creature to a large creature.
Oh, large. Sorry.
But it means that if it grows twice my size, I'm actually sort of waist height, and I can see the
Stab it
chinks
in
in
the
the armor
ads.
and stab it.
But you still got to hit it.
Yeah, I got to hit it. That's the problem.
Yes, that's the problem. So, but you are up.
I know. Well, let's try and hit it with my longsword. I rolled an 18.
You rolled an 18. You actually managed to hit. Obviously, the chinks were more visible this time.
Yes.
When you
But
rolled
it's
an
bigger.
18? Did you roll an 18?
I rolled an 18.
So what would that be with your longsword? Your longsword would be plus something.
Longsword.
It'd be your strength plus your ability modifier, so it should be plus at least plus 4.
2 plus proficiency bonus, or
No, your ability modifier is like if you're
2.
proficient. No. So like if you're proficient in longsword.
yeah.
You get plus 2.
So I get a plus 2.
So it's plus
proficiency
4.
bonus,
So it'd be
plus
plus
4. So it's 22.
22. Okay, you managed to do 22 points of damage to her.
No, that's
Plus
to
the
hit
20.
it. I
Oh, no, it
already
is a
hit
hit.
it with 18.
So you hit, so roll damage.
What do I roll?
Sorry,
Can
Mum.
you read that?
1d6. I think.
No,
Is it?
that's the...
Oh, 1d10 slashing, 1d12 two-hands. Are you doing two-handed?
Yeah.
So it's 1d12.
Well, you had one hand on her at one stage.
Oh,
so
yeah.
So one
But
hand.
then
I'd have
she
to say
grows, so
one-handed.
you're one-handed. Okay.
Not holding her
So
as it
it's
grows
one
and going.
hand.
D10. Just quick
2.
clarification.
Nice.
But it would be plus 2 for your strength, so it'd
Yeah.
be 4.
4.
4.
The domain nature spells are separate to my normal spells. So, like, as in, I can cast 3 of those per day and 3 of my normal spells per day. So, for like a total of 6 per day. Is that right?
I will have to have a look, but I think it is the domain spells become spells you know, and you don't have to prepare. But you can only cast the same number of spells normally. So you don't get extra spells.
Right, okay. That's right.
But I can quickly look that up to confirm it for you.
That would be useful because I'm just trying to set up the spell use counter on my character sheet.
Because the next person up will be you.
Yay! Because I just used a spell, obviously, to heal myself slightly.
Okay, so cleric clarification.
Use the first one as for
Yes. Well, I was on 4 hit points out of 13, and I'm now only at 9 out of 13. This is not good.
You'll be fine.
No, I really won't be. I'm gonna die so much quicker than I was before. I was only on like 19 before.
So the basic thing about domain spells is they don't count against your prepared spells for the day.
Yeah, right.
So
okay.
you always know your domain spells. So you get to know far more spells than anyone else.
Yeah.
But you don't get to cast more spells.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I just, where I put what I've used for the day...
Because once you cast a domain spell, it's not gone from memory. You cast slots. You don't prepare spells into your slots. So you could know 10. Say if you could know 10 spells, you could know 10 second level spells and not be able to use any of your first level slots. Or you could know 10 first level spells for the day and heighten some of them into your second level one.
So the 3 spell slots that I have...
Because you're third level, you should have 3 second level, 4 first level,
Yes.
and 4 known cantrips. So you should have 4 cantrips prepared.
Yes.
And the slots you have are different to the spells you've prepared. You don't prepare your spells into your slots.
Yes, so the spell slots are the uses.
Yeah, they're the uses of any magic you have. So you can cast anything at first level 4 times per day, anything at second level twice per day.
Yeah. So, because I just used Cure Wounds for myself, so I have 1 out of my 3 spell slots used.
You're at third level? You should be third level, so there should be 4 first level and 2 second.
Yeah, but so Cure Wounds is a first level spell.
But it can be heightened to...
I've used it as a first level, so that would only be 1 spell slot, correct? Awesome. Just thought I'd get that down. Because it's slightly different to Pathfinder.
It is. In Pathfinder, you have to know it at the prepared level.
Yep. I
Yep.
know. Because I was playing Goblin, but that's okay.
Okay, so...
But yeah, so no, I've used Cure Wounds as a level 1 spell, which uses 1 of my 3 spell slots for the day. And I just know all my nature domain spells. They are in that same 3 spell slot pool. Yep.
So what are you going to do now? You have 2 guys with heavy crossbows ready to shoot.
Shoot who?
You're not sure?
Well, I told the Ada Cam dude, but you know.
Oh, right. I'm kind of... Am I still just near the door?
Yeah.
Because these guys have moved in.
Yep.
I'm going to use the door as somewhat cover
Yep.
and get my bow out.
Okay. Is that all you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
And save an action.
Could you also cast a spell to heal yourself in this round? Because technically you did that at the start of combat, so...
Oh, yeah. Well, I was kind of doing it while they were talking, but that's fine. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'll get my bow out and just get ready to shoot back if people start attacking. And and I yell out in Dwarven, guys, just stop.
Because technically casting the spell could have initiated combat because they wouldn't have known what you were casting.
Okay, no, that's fine then. So I cast my spell, I get my bow out, and I yell at them to just stop in Dwarven.
And then it is Mdrax's go.
And Rex gonna use
What would Amtrak like to do?
self-destruct. Be a Voltorb.
I'd like to use Crown of Madness on one of the ranged guys.
Yep. And what does that do?
So,
Like a lost
one humanoid of your choice that you can see within range will succeed on Wisdom saving throw or become charmed by you for the duration.
Okay.
It's 120 feet, vocal and somatic.
Okay, so he has resistance to your spell.
Oh, bugger. Yeah, go for that.
And what's saving throw? What's the saving throw?
14.
14 on what attribute though? That's the
Will.
important part.
Willpower. Wisdom, sorry.
Wisdom. Okay. Luckily you picked wisdom. And yes, you just succeed.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Okay. So they are charmed. A twisted crown of jagged iron appears on its head, and madness flows in its eyes. Well, it already had madness in its eyes.
More
It
madness.
must use its action before moving on each of its turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that I mentally choose. It can act normally on its turn if you choose no creature, or if none are within its reach. So,
Can do!
I was gonna make the range guy try and fire at his friend, but
Well, it was the range guy you got because...
I said range guy.
yeah.
And I didn't read melee attack. So I guess I'm gonna try and make them move to the other guy and stab them, if possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it is their go. So, he moves over and tries to stab the person with a crossbow.
Sure! Take
And it doesn't succeed.
Doesn't surprise me.
The guy with
Think this through.
the guy with the crossbow just looks at you and fires.
This is fair.
Okay, so with his crossbow, he gets a armor class of 14. Oh, sorry. He gets to add some. I forget that. What he added? He got 18.
That's a hit.
18 with his crossbow. So. There it is.
Oh wait, you know how many hit points? Oh!
This is why I yelled out in Dwarven to stop, and
You take 3 damage.
He's
I am
down!
down.
He only had 2!
He's got no bonus for his dex to hit you. He just hit you.
Yep.
And he rolled 3. Bink! Down you go.
So on his next turn, it's just disappeared because apparently I need to use an action to maintain the control. So I'm down.
It's
so.
a concentration, I believe,
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
so I
my
was like,
God.
I'm
bink.
not doing it, you can do it this time.
Cheval is busily going, look at the architecture.
No, I'm busy eating popcorn going, oh, here we go again.
Okay, and then the person who Camdo attacked decides to attack Camdo.
Mm-hmm.
So she tries to whack you with her sword.
Mm-hmm.
So she hits.
Have an armor class of 17.
Well, she doesn't hit that on the first swing. Okay, second swing actually hits when I don't roll it on something that leaves it on the side. It's like, yes, angles, no top. She does hit, and she does doubles her damage dice. So, 2d6 damage.
Ow.
So it does 9 damage to you. Luckily she only hit you once. And she curses at you in Dwarven. May all your hair fall out.
Or maybe singed off by an explosion.
Yeah, I translate for you, but I'm currently.
That's okay.
Unconscious and
Yeah.
then it is Camdu's go.
I'm gonna hit her back. 14 plus 4 is 18.
That's a hit.
time do better. Oh, this time I can use 2 hands because I'm
Yes, you can,
so
yes.
it's D12. Where's D12? Oh, I rolled that again. 5.
5 plus your... Is it 5 on the dice?
5 on the dice.
Then plus your strength
It's
bonus.
7.
So you do 7. 7 is pretty good. And as you hit her, her armor just, fades away. And the helm that was next to Emdrak just disappears.
So it was fake.
What was?
The armor, the helmet. is fake.
Illusion.
Oh,
Full illusion.
right.
So she's actually some sort of wizard or something.
Okay. And then it is Zal's go.
She's some sort of wizard.
So sorry, what just happened?
So the highly armored dwarf disappeared because the armor just faded away.
And what do we see now?
A leather-clad dwarf, female dwarf,
Oh, okay, so it's still dwarf.
still mad dwarf.
They're all mad.
They're all mad, right? She's been hit.
Yep.
The other guy's been hit.
The other guys have not been hit yet.
Oh, the other guys have not been hit yet.
So she's been hurt a little bit.
A little bit, okay. I'm going to hit her with my bow and see what happens. Still using the door as cover. Because I really don't want to die again today.
I can understand that.
So, I'm guessing I have like 30, 40 feet
Your
on.
fin range, yes.
Yeah, of
For close range.
no, I mean like they can't get to me quickly though.
No, they can't get you quickly.
No, cool, awesome. But I'm well and truly in range for my bows anyway, so that's fine.
Okay, so we're looking that up. I'm just going to give Ariadne a bit of assistance. She was asking for some help. Because my phone's on silent.
Ooh, nice. That's definitely it. Even without the plus 6.
Plus, yeah. Just roll the damage.
No, longbow is D10.
Oh no. But it gets plus, doesn't it?
Oh, plus 2.
Well, at least now she hasn't got any illusion armor on her.
No, that's alright. I'm pretty sure Aaron has like normal salt. Just put a little bit on. No, it's not just put pink salt on. That's just like really tempting to use a reroll to do damage, but that's okay.
Clean up this bit.
Well, so I hit because I got 16 plus 6.
That's a definite hit.
Then I rolled a 1 on my damage. 3.
And that was the one in the... One of the crossbow people?
No, at her.
Okay, so a whole 3 points of
3
damage.
points of damage out of a D10.
Yeah.
She just winks at you.
And again, I repeat, guys, can we just stop?
And so Emdrak gets to make a death saving throw.
Really?
It resets every time you wake
it
up.
does reset.
Yes.
Yeah, it resets.
There's no negative even though I've gone down like 3 times already.
No, it's Pathfinder that gives you those negatives.
Oh, right.
Pathfinder is quite deadly. But in D&D, you can get down and keep getting up again.
It's a 16.
So that is a
Made
success.
it.
One.
Hmm? Oh, that was quick.
Okay, so the crossbow guy who you had done walks over to you and stabs you with the or he clubs you with the crossbow. So that is a 2 failures.
2 failures.
Yeah.
Oh, so it doesn't count as another. Okay, right. So yeah.
If it was just damage, it's 1. But if it's someone intentionally striking you, it's 2.
Ouch.
So doesn't it give me all 3 then?
No, because you've got 1 success and 2 failures. You've got to get 3
right.
all up.
Yeah, I rolled a success on a failure. Wow, yep.
Jeez, you were sick.
Almost unintentionally killed myself there.
And the amusing thing was, it was the guy you'd cast a spell on.
Yeah, I know.
Bink. And then the other one, I
This means
think
he
you
casts
can.
madness on the guy who's already mad. He's like, oh, I'm normal. What the hell's going on?
And the other one fires his. Actually, he's fired his crossbow. He pulls out his sword, and he goes up to Kanju to attack. Actually, he's got a war pick. He uses his war pick.
War pick.
Yep. He picks the pick for war.
This is Sparta.
And he's so good at the war pick, he hits a 12.
Hits the ground in front of me or something.
No, he just bink.
What is your armor?
17.
Oh jeez.
Okay,
Yep.
so it is now Chauvel actually gets an action.
Woohoo! What do I assess in front of me?
Fire.
You see
Why
that
am I
there.
going around?
You see
You're turning around, are you?
Mdrax on the ground again, and he's been stabbed.
By a crossbow.
Well, more clubbed than stabbed.
One club stabbed.
Yep. He actually broke his crossbow over him. That's how much he hated you.
Well, that's funny.
Don't tell me this after if I do come back, because I'll take this as a compliment.
And you don't even know that the armor wasn't real, so when you come back.
I know.
What'd you do with the armor?
Who took my armor?
That's just payback for Rock.
Yeah.
Okay, so the bonus action,
Yep.
I'm going to do Vow of Amenity on the one that's just clubbed you.
Yep.
Go up to.
Does he have to do a saving throw, or
No,
is it?
no.
Yep. Cool.
So
I had
it's
to
just.
ask.
So basically, it's now my target, and I gain advantage until the HP becomes 0 or they drop unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that dropping unconscious?
Yeah. And I go up to Mdrak and go. Oh, actually, how far away from?
You can walk up to him and get him.
Cool. Cool. As I walk up, I get within 10 feet of it. Use my bonus action to do that, and then get his ass up again.
So
I put it into my notebook. Another one.
So you use 2 points to give him 1.
Yeah. In before he's probably gonna get clubbed by a crossbow.
Well, he's lost it now over my head, so you know.
Yeah, so now he's going to use the war pick on you.
Yeah.
I'm presuming they all have the same
he
equipment.
punches you in the face for a damage and drops you.
He does a kick, and I'm down again.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
get knocked out.
So it is now the spy's go.
I think as many mutual references as I can anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so she has 2 attacks against the princess with her short sword.
Ooh, spicy.
First time misses badly. Second time misses by 1.
Oh, cool.
Actually, because the other guy's there, has advantage.
Oh.
So that means that would be the first one misses by 1. Second one, she actually gets 2 swings on,
Oh,
two
okay.
2 rolls on it. So a 19 and a 11 on the dice, so hits you on the second time, But because she has advantage, she gets sneak attack.
Yay!
Oh, yes! Up against rogues. Here we go. That was fun.
Apparently, that's the worst place to roll dice.
Oh.
Do they go everywhere?
Yeah, well, one went everywhere.
Oops. We are experiencing technical GM difficulties. Oh, please stand by.
That's okay. I'll just roll them over here. So that was 8 plus 3 is 11. Plus another 5 is
Ow.
16 points of damage.
I'm down.
Ouch.
I'm down.
Wait,
You're
what? Really? Wow.
down.
I'm down.
What are you
Camdu
not-
has been raged
Minus
down.
1.
What are you not on full hit point?
No.
Ah,
No.
No one
We
was.
literally went in this hurt. We didn't
Damn.
heal after the explosion. We decided to go, oh yeah, let's go fight something
Which is
else.
why when someone said shoot them, I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Because this was a negotiation encounter.
I'm
Yeah.
down.
Would've
Okay,
guessed that.
so
And again, Zal is just like behind the door, like uncontrollably twitching.
and then it is Camdu's go for a death save. Perfect, just lined right up.
What do I got to do?
So if you roll 10 or higher, you succeed. If you roll a 20, you get 2 successes. If you get a 9 or
Roll
lower,
3.
you get 1 failure, and if you roll a 1, you get a 2 failure. So that basically means you get 1 failure on your death saves. If you get 3 fails on the death save, you die. If one of them decides to stab you while you're down, that's 2 automatic death saves.
Okay,
Fighters.
people. And this just about
And
it.
these guys have shown that they're very
Fine, I've
vindictive.
got this again.
So, and the amusing thing is, the warriors get to go before Cheval.
Oh, that's right. One of them. Oh no.
So it is Zal's go.
I'm either have to come in close to combat and down myself just to save you,
Quite possibly.
or there's no way I'm gonna down even one of them.
Can you put a protective shield over me?
I don't have.
Oh.
She's not that sort of cleric.
I'm not. Like I've gotten a couple of cure wounds.
Oh, my thing provides disadvantage. Oh no, that's for me. To stealth. Not for them. Done.
So I have. I could come in, spare the dying to stop you dying.
Or
Go
just
back.
cure wounds and get her up.
Cure wounds and get her up. So move, cure wounds, and then attack. I mean, I could.
You can't. Cure wounds is one action.
Yeah, move.
But
cure wounds,
moving is not an action. You can move before and after doing stuff.
and then
But
attack.
she's using her action to cure wounds.
Yes.
Oh no,
Yeah.
so I can't.
It's not Pathfinder. You don't get 3.
I don't get 3. That's right.
But if you had the
You have an
bonus
action
action,
and a
healing word, I think healing word might be a bonus action or something like that.
I
So,
didn't
oh,
take
so some of them
healing
are
word.
bonus actions. Yes. The bonus
I don't
action
think
healing is fantastic.
Word was bonus. It was a semantic verbal as well. I think one action. Because I was reading that earlier. Oh, like I picked out like all of them.
That's okay.
Healing word.
Some of them can be used. Like that. Those,
No, sir, you are correct. Healing word is a bonus action. Creature of your choice. You can see within range, regain hit points equal to 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier.
That would be good to take. Just look at it go, you're an idiot. Oh, look, you're up.
Okay, so how do you go in and do stuff?
He struts his staff going, yeah, here we go, clericness, yeah. Beat her up.
Well, it's not like she's going to go for the attack spells because she knows that anything that they have to make a save against, she's not that good against.
So you may as well
Which is funny because I've taken a lot of attacking spells.
You may as well heal Camdu.
Hey, it really does hurt the pride.
You
Yeah.
learn from this.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go in.
Mhm.
If I have any chance of getting through this encounter, Camry's gonna have to be on. Are you a willing target?
Yes.
It's funny if she said
Well,
No.
well, technically, as she's unconscious, she's always willing.
Yeah.
Right.
Doesn't have to say when
Whereas
they can't say
on
anything.
healing, you can't really say the same with Emdrak. Well, you can until he takes his next feat.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so
Asshole.
So, cure wounds. Do I have to roll the d20 for her, or do I just roll?
No, you
the-
just roll the
the
healing.
heal. Okay.
Yeah, so say-
Okay.
And live!
3 hit points.
So you're on 3 hit points, Sue.
Better than nothing.
But your saving throws are now considered cleared because you're awake again on the ground.
Can I retreat again?
Yes,
I retreat.
you retreat again. You go heal.
Yeah.
But as you move away, the
You didn't realize it was a rogue. You didn't realize
the rogue decides to attack you. Yes, but it only happened because she was retreating.
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw that happen.
Okay, hits armor class
She's squishy.
20.
Yeah. Easy. You're gonna go down
I
now.
really am going to go down.
So 13 damage.
She's down.
I'm down.
Oh God.
So
Well, would you rather be dying? No, yeah, exactly.
and then Emdrak, you're on the ground.
You died running.
You're
away.
awake. You're on 1 hit point. I'm assuming it's 1 hit point, wasn't it?
Yeah, well.
And there is a guy above you with a broken crossbow that you remember that you had cursed.
I don't think Andrew's noticed that
Other people
cleric's
are down.
gone down.
Well, you got this guy over you holding a broken crossbow. And in the distance, you can see Chevelle with the finger pointing in your direction.
The middle one, yes.
Well, you actually had
laid on hands.
you laid on hands.
Still
All
the
of my,
middle.
all my healing spells are touch anyway. So I'm basically right next to him, basically going there. It's okay. You'll be standing again for the 8th
That was nice.
Let me update my notebook then.
Today.
Yes, today.
Dear diary, why do I keep on healing this dwarf?
The player wants to heal M. Mdrag, on the other hand, wants to do something else.
Get knocked down again?
I'm gonna use Thunderwave.
Thunderwave?
Yeah.
Against the
Everything
hitting the
becomes
you can hit all the dark dwarves in the range
Yeah.
as long as you hit everything in that range. Okay.
So they need to make a Constitution saving throw. 14.
So the one next to you makes it.
Damn it.
The one further away makes it,
Damn it.
and the female one makes it.
Oh, for the
They all had advantage on this, but they made it without rolling their advantage roll.
Okay.
So both Sue, Sue has to make it. M just takes damage. So you basically take a failed death save.
Oops. Alright.
Well, I make it.
Well, you get to make the death save. Not the death save, the Constitution saving throw.
Saving throw.
Great.
Or
They
get thrown
take
away.
7 damage.
They take 7 damage even though they made it.
Yeah. Take half damage. It would have been 14. They take 7. And then not push back 10 foot. What do you get?
6 or 1.
You take 14 damage.
I'm
And you're thrown further away.
Push back 10 feet.
Well, you're pushed out of range of the guys, so they actually have to move to stab you.
Well, I am now on minus.
Am I thrown back
It
as
doesn't
well?
matter,
Because
it's-
I got
it's
I
not
got
hit
hit.
points. You're on 0.
You're thrown as well.
I'm 0.
You're on 0.
Okay, back on 0 again.
You would have been minus 11, but it's not.
Plus
It's not.
that is.
It's not greater than your
technically
maximum.
retreated.
It's not your maximum hit points. So.
I mean, you probably have inadvertently helped Us?
Yes,
As-
yes.
as
by
Martin-
moving us out.
As
Yeah.
Martin said, the only time you really consider the minuses is if you're going to get close to minus your hit
So
points.
that was my.
If that's the case, you're
That
dead.
was your action.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Do you want to do your
I've got 32.
You can just spend half your movement to stand up.
Yes. Oh, I sorry. I assumed that's what I did beforehand. 'Cause
Yeah.
I could I can cast on the ground.
Technically, you can cast from anywhere.
Oh. In a split second, you got healed and then knocked out. Again.
It's like, boom! And then you get up. It's like, oh, whoops.
Okay.
As you see the forms of Camdu and Zal flop about to your magic.
So who's still up?
Me and you.
I'll give you bardic inspiration as my bonus action.
I inspire you.
It's an inspiring whiffer, basically. But for some
Why
reason-
you inspire me? Darkness is my own.
Except he can't sing.
Should I start rolling up a new character?
Out of and darkness, my old friend.
Oh crap, we're all going to die.
Yeah.
Monotone, yes.
And you feel inspired by that.
So that was my action, that was my move.
And imagine
my
what'll
bonus
happen to
action.
you.
That's all my stuff done.
If the Khan finds out that I
No, he's gonna be
died-
dead as well. We're all gonna die.
Okay, so the guy who broke his thing on you throws away his crossbow, pulls out his war pick, and swings it at you,
Fuck! I'm gonna be the only one standing.
getting a 22.
Yeah, I'm the only one standing. He's going down.
Bink.
But you have bardic inspiration.
Fuck.
I'm gonna just start rolling up a new character at this point. You're gonna be like Zol's cousin, just be like, oh yeah, I feel, thing of the fourth. Yep.
The other
yeah.
one looks at you and starts moving. Well, he pits his hand together and grows to a large size. So you've now got 2 large Dugar.
Cool. I'm actually going to have a conversation with them. Just in comment. Going, I'm sorry for these 3. Can we rewind what has happened? We didn't mean to disturb you.
Diplomacy roll.
And you have bardic inspiration.
Yes.
You get to roll a d6 and add it.
That's alright then. What's diplomacy? Charisma?
Negotiation, if you've got it. So charisma based, yes.
+2.
Yeah, big performance.
Performance or deception, I think.
I think there is an actual skill for it. It's the running too many systems makes it hard to remember exactly which one it is.
Yeah.
So the actual skill is
I wish I could intimidate them.
persuasion. Persuasion is the actual skill,
Persuasion.
It's
Yes.
a carrot. It's a carrot.
but it's charisma otherwise.
Charisma,
Yeah.
that's +2 anyway. I really want to say sorry. I haven't touched them.
We have reroll. This is a perfect opportunity.
Well, it gives him advantage, so he can roll with advantage using them.
Oh, right.
It was to stop people doing, I have advantage, then I re-roll with advantage, so they're rolling 4 times.
Yep.
Yep. God. So I'm currently at 18. 22.
Okay, so, and what are you saying to them?
I'm saying, sorry about these guys. They're a bit harsh. And rash-headed. We didn't want to intrude on your space and didn't want to initiate combat.
Okay, so there you go. Apologies, Paladin of Tubak. We weren't really too sure what was going on because they attacked first.
I understand, like I said, they are rash.
Okay,
Especially
so
that big long one there.
May I have your permission to get them up?
firstly we Camdu and Zal and Emdrak get to make a death saving throw. As you're doing your apologies.
Sorry, what? No.
You
One
succeeded?
success.
Not a 20?
10 plus, what's it?
Is-
Charlie?
If it's just a natural roll.
And that's
Yeah, just
10.
natural.
Oh, okay. I rolled 10.
I failed.
So that's a success.
Oh.
So you get 1 success.
I got 14.
And did you
Just
didn't
for
get a 1,
future
did you?
reference.
No.
No, okay. Yeah. Okay, so and they sort of gesture. Which one would you like to save?
Oh, nice.
It would have to be Camden.
Okay. So do you actually have any healing left?
I do have healing. I've got 5 points of healing left. I've got
Okay.
a cure wounds left. So I heal Camden for 2.
Okay. While you're healing Camdu, they pull out a medicine kit and work on the other 2.
That's fine.
But I did make it a conscious choice.
Well, the fact that I'm Camden's bodyguard, I
Apparently, they fail to heal Zal,
oh,
and they fail to heal.
Did they make it worse?
No, they didn't make it worse. No natural 1. So
Are
both.
we stabilized one?
No,
Or
that
they
was
just
what
failed?
they were trying to do.
They were trying to stabilize you, but they failed.
So both of you get to make death saving throws again.
This bandage goes around the legs. Like their arms bleeding, but it goes around the legs.
So you made 1, so you got another 6.
I got 19. Very close to a 20. Very disappointed.
Natural 20.
Okay,
Yay.
so 2 saving throws.
Nice.
So and now you get to choose between
Zal.
So you go to Zal.
She gets.
You heal
no,
Zal.
she gets 1.
I got 1. That's enough.
And they stabilize you.
Oh, good.
Cool. So if they stabilize him, I walk over to him and give him 2, which
Yep.
gives him 1.
And
And
then
I'm tapped out for lay on hands. I say to all 3 of them,
Yeah.
we are now peaceful. Back off.
Zal says, thank God, I told you guys to stop like half an hour ago.
I didn't do shit.
Candy goes, what are you talking about? They have
I spoke that in
weapons."
common.
Who stole the armor?
There was no armor to begin with.
She was wearing armor.
Yeah, not
she
anymore.
provoked us.
She didn't provoke shit.
Yes, she did.
you blew up the forge. You killed my clanmates. I put up an illusion so you wouldn't attack me, so I could find out what you were trying to do, and then I got attacked.
Can I roll for occupational health and safety?
Sure. You can roll for anything, just whether you succeed or not. A natural 1.
Are you being reported to HR?
You're
They weren't using the forge according to proper
As far
security measures.
as far as you know, they were using it quite.
Yeah,
They
but
followed all.
They
all
Oh,
things.
they were to the left. They were fine.
they were respecting your kills, thank you.
They had even enhanced it.
Ah.
It was safer with them using it until you threw in all the magical items.
I talk to their leader and say, don't mind him. He's a bit special. And pull out my notebook of how many times I've picked him up.
She says she's not surprised. That family was, prone to self-destruction.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, have you seen
Set family.
X or Y? Because we're looking for your.
Family.
Is this your mother?
My mom, my dad, and I think my uncle.
Okay, well X, Y, and Z. Have you seen them recently?
Well, we have interred a couple of dwarves from that family line that seem to have killed themselves.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We would find their bodies in various parts of the complex.
Was one of them stuffed in a hole upstairs?
Yes. We just left that one.
Yeah, that was my fault.
No. We probably disturbed after they came down.
I'd say so.
Was it split in 2? Because I'm pretty sure we ripped it in half.
No.
Okay.
Then they've come down.
They've come down here earlier.
How did you guys get in?
Through the front doors. We paid.
Hey.
Paid who?
We paid the orcs. They let us in. Gave them an offering.
Ah. Where are they?
In the front door.
None
They
of you?
didn't like going any further because they didn't have to deal with the troglodytes, who we also paid. They had a bear that they had in an enclosure that they were using to attack people with.
I'm pretty sure we killed that.
We killed that, yeah.
Yeah, we killed that.
Was
It was
that
a-
the one with the giant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a troglodyte, obviously. We killed it.
So we killed the
No, that one was actually the orcs.
Oh, they were.
You didn't actually face the troglodytes. That was where you went in the water, but you didn't get out of the water. You basically started following the river down. If you had gotten out of the water and continued further into that cavern, that's where the troglodytes were. That was why it was a horrid smell.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
that
We didn't
smell.
go there.
Yeah. You were repelled by the smell of them.
Mm.
I respectfully asked if they can
Guide us
navigate us or like give us a rough map of finding these orcs.
Well, they were all in the front entryway.
No, we got rid of them.
I think we got rid of. No, they retreated.
Ah.
That they left after leaving presents.
Where would they go if they wanted to
shooting us
leave?
from side to side.
Where would they go if they wanted to leave?
Oh, there are plenty of other places that are abandoned, forgotten, or overrun with orcs. They were just trying to expand into here. We convinced them it wasn't their best idea to go further. Well, dwarves are very good at cursing things to kill orcs, but not very good at cursing things to harm other dwarves.
Looks at you.
And she looks at you and says, "You're just good at destroying family things."
I heal you for that burn.
Yeah, I can't argue with that one.
So how
Get that
how
one
can we get out of here
I
in
do
a
that.
meaningful and quick way?
Meaningful and quick way. Well, if you're like the rest of his family, probably the easiest way is just to fall on your own weapon.
Yeah, been there, done that.
Just out of curiosity, where did they fall on their own weapons?
Well, we found the most famous member of your clan sitting amongst a bit of mold. We just left him there. It looks like he died centuries ago.
Yes.
We thought that would be just funny, just leaving him sitting
My
there,
great-
rotting away.
great uncle.
But apparently you looted his corpse.
That's right. That's the thing that we found.
Yep.
It's heirlooms.
We found a couple lying near the tombs of your forefathers, so we interred them with them.
That might be your mum.
Wait, what?
Well,
So we walk straight by them?
possibly. Are you observant enough to notice these things? She says, looking at you.
No. I just merely step in and say no.
Certainly.
Yeah, no.
But I can see you looted one of your ancestors' tombs there as well, looking at some of the stuff you're carrying.
Looted, inherited, these are loose terms.
And then threw something in the kiln that exploded.
That was OHS standard.
Well, we were told there was no way to destroy those kilns.
We were obviously told wrong.
Well, we were told that there was no, living heir that was willing to destroy them.
What is it?
Welcome.
Well, that's okay. It just means that now that this is no longer a dwarven fortress.
Sure it is, I'm still here.
I rolled a 20 on intimidation to make him shut up.
Okay, what's resistance? Saving through charisma? Is that correct?
No, I'm going to. What's the opposite of intimidation?
Intimidation? Well, intimidation is what you do to make him shut up.
Yeah.
Is it function
I rolled a, I
The opposite
rolled-
to
I rolled-
intimidation is you could make an insight roll to figure out if he's trying to make you shut up, so you
Insight,
don't.
okay, cool. Nah, I didn't get high enough. I got like a 13.
13.
I tell you to shut up.
You understand if he's really trying to make you stop talking about bad things.
Yeah. I'll just mumble something about OHS and shut up.
And she says that the forge was the only thing holding the citadel together.
Oh,
Oh,
we better get moving.
yeah.
Well, it was the magic of the dwarves is embedded in their forge.
Oh my gosh.
That's why it makes every major clan has one forge, and everything is linked to that one forge.
Okay, knowing that, and knowing what they've told us, that they've met possibly all the dwarves from his family, I should ask him, are there any alive ones that you have seen?
No,
And how do we
a
get
couple
out
of
of
them
here
become
quickly?
undead.
I describe his mum.
Yep.
Have you seen that one?
Oh yeah, she's running around somewhere. Don't want to see her again.
Uh-huh.
Wait, so
But
she's
she's still alive.
No, she was never alive.
Oh,
Oh,
No, he literally just said a couple of them are walking dead.
Dead.
She really sucks.
Yeah. They're walking dead.
And of course they are. 'Cause
Knowledge for that pun that could possibly, I think I have an idea of what it is.
I'm
Knowledge something.
Religion.
I'll take that.
Oh, I've got them.
I asked them if they have come across any necromancers in here.
16 on religion.
And you go, yes, you do realise that she is one of those pain in the neck sorts.
Your mum's a vampire.
And she's come to raise the family.
So she's
We're getting out of here now.
Yeah, said that the forge was the only thing stopping her taking control of the citadel.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god! Oh.
You just enabled your mom to raise an army of dead.
No,
Yeah,
no.
So,
What was on your shopping list?
everything needed to destroy the forge.
Oh. So that explains why it was so weird.
I grabbed him by the scruff. I asked him, where's the way? I asked the other guys, where's the way out? And I start dragging him back.
Okay, well, we're in the middle of packing up. We're going this way.
We will follow you.
I helped them. I helped them pack up.
Even the devils and demons were safer to be around.
We will gladly assist you out so we can get out too.
Hang on, I know that, you know, I've been told to keep quiet, but telling me my mother sucks is a bit insulting.
Well, she's a pain in the neck. Is that better?
No.
He means literally.
I say, Bod standing straight to you, your mother is no longer living, she is a vampire.
Well, that was a damn good thing.
Yes. Your shopping list
Seems to
was
be
to do
like
exactly what you did, so she could raise
Her family.
everyone as undead, of which I am very, very against this, and I am all for getting out of here.
Can't you, like, holy desecration around thing?
No.
Magic?
Not what you
No.
Oh.
If she is going to raise everyone here, best action is to get out. And let the citadel collapse in on top of itself, of which you've also initiated.
Yeah.
They really need, like, OHS tablets next to these forges.
Well, it's written
Do
in
you know
the...
your own OHS standard?
She looks at you and says, it's written in runic all over the forge.
I was only let next to the smaller forges.
Again,
Once
helping
you,
them pack
you
up.
destroyed the main forge. It is the smallest of all the forges. It's the power behind all the forges.
Yeah.
Again, helping them pack up, and we're all going to get out of here.
I don't need this shopping list.
If you explain it.
You look at it, it's all ticked done.
I explain, like, I'm saying this pretty loudly and pretty blatantly at him, but everyone else could hear me.
Yeah.
Well, no. I've already helped them start packing up.
Well,
Really
they were in the middle of packing up after you blew up the forge.
Yeah.
What was
Is the
that?
message on the back different?
The message on the back is gone.
Oh. Okay.
There's now a new message saying, well done.
These weren't ticked off before, they're now all ticked off, so, you know, the message is
Well,
on the
you
back.
do have on the back, instead of the writing, there's your clan symbol. It's now cracked.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, let's get rid of this tablet.
Just throw it away and we're going.
I'm gonna just dump it in the wall.
You just disgraced your family.
No.
No.
He didn't.
He didn't disgrace them.
Well,
He honoured them.
Yeah.
Because he honoured their present form. Yeah.
He didn't disgrace the family. He destroyed the clan.
Exactly.
Which is what they wanted.
Oh god.
And all those clan members between you and the surface can now get up and greet you.
I presume my whistle is going to do nothing.
They actually
to stop
say
this.
that I think they think the only safe way out is now past the dragon.
That's fine.
Oh, that dude. Oh, I don't have anything else to give it.
I do. I have a nice offering.
What, a dwarf?
No. Well, actually, yes, many. I'll tell the dragon. We'll get the dragon to. We'll explain. Well, these guys can explain to the dragon of where they are, and the dragon can go on a feast while we get out of here.
Okay.
I'm sure he'll like that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Follow your lead because I didn't. The dragon liked me very much last time I talked to him.
No, really? We didn't notice.
He kept charging me more gifts than everyone else. It was kind of unfair.
He also put you in a
I'm
cage.
half tempted to
But
put
remember you also
a
suggested that he
around
do
your
so?
mouth, so you stay silent.
Yes, that's a good idea.
I also asked the other people to help find our colleagues in the debris so we can take them out safely as well, because that would be kind of useful.
Okay, so they help you gather them up and say, we've got to go quickly because we don't know how long we've got, because it was radius from the forge that actually stopped, and we had to enhance it with demons to keep them at bay.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so let's go.
Well, the forge hasn't been used for so long that it was almost out of power.
So basically, the explosion was accelerated because it was enhanced.
Pretty much.
Yeah, how does that make you demons okay?
They're
They
not
were
family
actually
members.
respecting your forges and enhancing them.
They do not have the clan heritage to use a clan forge.
Oh.
Only a family member can.
On which you used it to throw magical items in it and explode it.
And each forge is linked to the god.
Well, excellent.
So basically, only someone asking their god to destroy the forge can actually do so.
I think I asked my god. I thought I asked the. Oh.
Is your god in on this whole raising dead family members?
No, God hates undead. And that's why all the forges actually prevent undead from being anywhere near the clans.
Religiously speaking, I'm gonna make the added space live.
No, you've probably changed into a mad dwarf by now.
Oh my god, it's different.
Okay, so they take you through the council chambers. As you see them rushing you through, and into a back room.
Shady.
We're seriously not even stopping to look at anything. We are following them out.
Oh, okay. No more aliens.
Thief / cleric now.
Don't look at me, I'm just as eager to get out of here.
And they take you through a secret door that they found
Sweet.
Oh, good.
that leads you into a back passage of the citadel.
Good.
And
But wait, we don't want to be heading towards the citadel, though, do we? Or is that the only way out?
No,
well, there are multiple ways
it's a
out,
back
but
passage
this is the only way they know of to avoid the undead.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
We are literally avoiding all combat at this stage.
Yeah, no.
And they take you to a ladder that goes down into the chasm that you climbed up.
Yep.
But the ladder is not visible from below.
Oh.
It's designed that way.
Yep, that's fine. We continue following.
And they start climbing down the ladder.
Cool.
We climb down.
They go. They apologize, saying we'd give you more hospitality, but they're not sure how long the
I reply with, I understand. We can
We can be hospital.
we can start conversation at a campfire somewhere else other than here.
Okay, so when you all get to the bottom, they pull a hidden lever and the ladder just collapses to the ground beside you.
Sweet. So no one else can come down.
Well, they didn't want the undead to smell them out and
Cool.
Going down, how far would I possibly recognize them?
over 60 feet.
Yeah.
That's good enough. Yeah, I'm happy with the ladder collapsing.
120 feet is the
Wow.
I'm even more happy with the ladder now collapsing.
Okay, cool.
because they had made arrangements with the dragon, and then they take you. They follow you to where the dragon is, and apologize to the dragon for bringing back more people.
We say hi again.
I don't say hi, I'm saying I am sorry for what we have caused. And
Well, I heard a big bang.
I point.
Did someone destroy the magic of the region?
I point. However, I say we still need him, but I will deal with that later. With respect of you.
She looks at you.
And happy eating.
I also point out he caused this. Not happy with him at the moment.
How would you like me to punish him?
I will deal with the punishment myself. I am a noble paladin.
Okay. She gives you a potion of healing.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Says you could probably use it.
Probably.
Is it a potion of question mark, question mark, question
No,
mark?
it's actually a potion of healing.
Oh,
Okay, well, I don't know that. It looks the same as every other one that I have.
Yeah, so don't put it with the others.
They all look like potions of healing.
Well, if you've got so many potions of healing, why can't we have some?
I've got 3 potions of healing and 2 potions of question marks, which look like potions of healing.
Okay.
Yeah, because one of them was poison, which he had.
Yeah, which he had, and then had a potion of healing,
Yeah.
which could have actually exploded him, which I'm seriously contemplating.
Because amusingly, mixing potions is when a potion's affecting you. So if you're under the effects of a potion of poison, then you're technically mixing potions. And one of the side effects is you can make something permanent, including the poison.
Yeah.
So yes, you're permanently poisoned. What? Oh.
If we're still moving on, I say before we go.
The dragon is offering you to rest in its area because you're going to have to go underwater for a while to get out.
Yeah, we're going to have to heal.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Just a short rest or
It'll be a long rest.
Yeah. Good, because I get everything back.
You could probably, he says you could probably do it for rest. If any undead come this way, he will glob them with acid.
Okay.
I asked to the dwarf, how many is in your family?
Oh, there's hundreds upstairs.
Cool. I turn to the dragon. There's 100 undead dwarfs from his family.
At least.
Go as you wish. Because they're undead.
Well, he's not gonna go very far from his treasure though. It's
No, as in, what I'm saying is if they come down here,
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
give permission for the dragon to
So
absolutely...
there's a picture of the dragon and the dragon's main bed.
Yes. I give the permission as a paladin and an undead to, if anything comes this way, to absolutely have a feast.
Sorry,
I don't like eating undead. They don't taste very nice.
He would do just kill them.
Or you can roast them. Either way.
I don't use flame. I like to melt them.
Yep.
I go split and they go stick, melt.
Yeah, that's good.
I give him the thumbs up.
Where did we leave Kalkrook?
Upstairs. Which we have to go
In the entrance.
Yeah, okay, so
That
we'll,
will
go
count.
we'll go past her and collect her on the way out.
You don't know how to get up there. You have to leave, find the entrance, come back in again.
Calc is lost, unfortunately.
Why did she stay up there? Or did we
Because
split the party?
you split the party. You left her resting while you were going and fighting the orcs.
That's right, we did. Yeah, whoops.
She went to sleep.
Think of it this way. There's a lot more things to play with.
True. And if we ever come across
I'm
her
pretty
again...
sure Calgary can hold it for her.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm just worried. The ranger is worried about an animal. Come on. You should give me a bit of credit.
Anymore.
Yeah, I know, but
The dragon looks at you and says, Calcrix isn't an animal. Calcrix is a dragon.
And if Calgrix has anything to do with I point to massive dragon here, I think Calgrix will be fine.
I sigh because I like creatures of all shapes
In
and
fact, I'm
sizes.
pretty sure Calgrix right now is probably or probably destroying whatever is coming up, like whatever has disturbed her.
Yeah, probably.
Or got bored and is now playing because now can't actually fly
Playing
out.
with whatever has.
Because you left her with a ledge nearby that she could jump out and fly with.
Well, hey, we enabled her to go explore. And if we ever come across her again when she's not old, which we probably will, hi Calcrease, you're a lot bigger now. Still need to learn Draconic though.
Okay, so the black dragon allows you to sleep amongst her treasure, because it actually is a female dragon.
We heal all the hit points on the long rest.
Do you do anything while she sleeps?
How many hit dice do we restore again?
You restore half your hit dice in level, so you restore one of your hit dice.
Okay.
It's half rounded down.
Yeah, no, because I had 2 out of 3 used,
You're
so
back up to 3. Oh no, used, 2 used.
2
You'd
used,
be up to be 2 available.
2 available. Yeah. Yeah, so it's 1 used out of 3. Just yeah.
And for some reason, this computer is not doing anything.
Awesome.
Yes, luckily I'm not recording with this one because it has actually just black screened. So I'm doing a restart to see if I can actually get it to work again.
As we went deeper and deeper, I had a bad feeling about this place. As I was looking at dead body upon dead body upon dead body, I'm like 99% certain that everyone is dead. And something bad is really going to happen down here. You have initiated the really bad thing that's going to happen down here.
Yeah, so no, like, my next questions are, how the hell has your mother become a vampire? And
Like I asked her to.
and when did she become a vampire? Because what do you like in Dwarven use?
I'm like 50.
How long have you been with that girl?
Like 5 years? No. She gave me the thing recently, probably about
Well, how long have we been adventuring? Like almost a year.
Almost a year now.
Yeah, so a year.
So in that year, theoretically, unless she was already a vampire somehow.
Met up with your uncle before you got started.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, yeah, so it's either like she was already a vampire after she gave birth to you, presumably after she gave birth to you.
No, because like, I'm 50, so
Yeah, no, but like, when did she become a vampire?
it must have been in this last year.
Unless she already wasn't.
Unless she
Anyway.
already was, but
Yeah, so that begs many questions.
so she became a vampire in the last 9 years, I guess.
Could have been any time since you were born.
Exactly.
Unless, of course, you weren't actually her child.
All that.
Oh. But
But you wouldn't have been able to fly on the Forge.
yeah.
Only the
Doesn't mean she could be a ancestor of his.
In before, like, the shopping list was like a way to get through magic. He's not a part of the family, he's just got like a magical item that
Could have been shopping this, but that's on the bottom of the river now.
doesn't matter.
But we would have whenever we detected magic, if it had magic in it, we would have.
Oh, it would have been a magical shopping list.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Then why would we never, when we detect magic, have it pinged out?
Because it would have pinged.
My computer has decided to pack up its screen.
Ah.
So that's after they've replaced the fans, the keyboard, the the screen just went blank in the middle of me doing stuff there. So I may have to send it off to Metabox again.
For what, the like 10th time already?
Well, it's when I got it, I think it was sent back about 3 times when I got it, and then it was sent back 3 times since I got it, and then they sent me the Wi-Fi cards to replace the Wi-Fi cards in it. And now it is, the screen just went blank and I can't get the screen to work again. And it went blank for no reason as far as I can tell. So I powered it all off, hoping that that will give me a chance to turn it back on again and go, what's going on here?
Usually if it's a screen going, it's either the connection or something is overheating a heatsink.
That's why I thought I'd turn it off for a little bit and try turning it back on again, because like it's just been opened up and everything cleaned out.
Yeah.
So it can't have been gunked up.
Well, if a heatsink hasn't
Hasn't been attached properly, it can cause problems.
or like if you haven't replaced enough of the gel or paste or whatever you're using on the heat sinks.
But it's not exceedingly hot.
It doesn't take much on some components, though. That's why the heatsink, that paste, like the conductiveness of that is
Outstanding.
Yeah.
No, except I expect to actually see something appear when I turn it on.
Yeah.
Fan works. I can put the fan on maximum.
Sounds like mine. Anything I've got, just we keep getting this message saying that the power source wasn't the right one. But that's not good. And then it would just turn on. And then after about a week, I thought, well, this doesn't look good. And I'd found the backups, so I backed everything up on it.
Yeah.
And then it just wouldn't come on. It turns on, but the screen's black.
Well,
And then I can make it boot up, and I've even got and it says it wants the Windows disk. So I put the Windows disk in, and it says I need a key,
Yeah.
which I don't have. And I'm like, great.
When I quickly find a quick cable, I can try plugging it into another screen and see
If it'll actually, if it's not just the screen, yeah.
Will be an idea.
So now I can't get into that at all.
That sucks. Yeah, just computers. Love them and hate them.
Bad.
Yeah, love them and hate them.
Bad Amdrak. Bad. Very bad.
That's why Amdrak has kept silent since, we were told to get the hell out of it.
And so is Candu. If you notice, she hasn't said much.
Which
I
is very
will-
surprising for Candu. I would have thought
Out
he
of
would have
character.
launched into a tirade.
Out of character. I will apologise to you once we get out of here for
Yeah.
stepping on your lead.
That's
But
alright.
I will also say that it was for the protection of you mainly and the party.
Well, I think Candu's a little chastened by what's happened. Because she is, she is a prophet. She does have, her own sort of religion stuff.
No.
That's
She's using many different things I have to try and test to fix things. Okay.
happy dog. Happy clean dog.
Oh, it's so wonderful.
She just had a bath yesterday.
Yes, and imagine the third oh my god.
She's gonna get worse.
No! I'm have to not take her to climbing anymore.
Well, hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll have the CRV fixed.
My folding seats have literally become Yuki Buds.
I'll fix it up when I get the CRV fixed. After I get the CRV fixed. But that won't be for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, which has become a Yuki rug.
This is a lady over in the US. She's got like 4. That's 1.
So cute.
And then this is just one. She's got like 4 of them. It's another one. She's always
Did that work?
Nope. It doesn't seem to be working. It's not giving me anything there either. It may have logged in for all I can tell.
This is a graphics driver stuff.
Horrible. Oh, that's pretty cute.
Still a bit on.
Oh, that's unbelievable brown. It's actually tricolour. Because it's got the blue on the top of the.
Yeah. You can see the other one behind, but she's got 4.
Oh, so cute. I really want another one. It'll get murdered if I come around with another puppy though.
Yes, you should see the look at it.
She doesn't live with me. I just take her dog to climbing every Thursday.
Oh.
Well, because my dog car's,
The door access.
yeah, the door's damaged at the moment, so I can't drive it. Hopefully, I've got all the parts now. I just need to get. I just don't have the time to do it, and I can't do it by myself
Yeah,
because I can't hang doors as a single person.
yeah, yeah, I know that.
Okay,
Yes.
so apparently the screen just came back.
I've got. When I painted mine, oh, it's come back.
He's done a restart and the screen's just come back.
Because I plugged this in there.
Awesome.
Well,
That
at least
is
it's back.
very strange.
Yeah.
Your family has haunted Martin's computer.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, son. Good job on the kills.
This is where my mother was raised to GLaDOS. Thank you.
So what it required was for me to actually turn that thing on manually instead of plugging it in. As soon as I turned it on,
Wow.
and for no reason was it actually off.
Cool, let's we can continue with the campaign.
Yeah. Well, I was sort of, typing stuff in here while I was doing stuff, so it was like, did I save any of that? Because I've got it plugged widely into the network with a wire instead of via Wi-Fi because it would randomly cut Wi-Fi out. I was basically asked to dual boot with a fresh install of the OS on here to get it to work, which is a lot of effort for me to try to do. And
dual booting is a horrible solution.
well, it was to see if the Wi-Fi would cut on a fresh install.
It is still a horrible solution and a horrible troubleshooting suggestion.
It was either that or blow everything away and start again. Which is again also a horrible solution. Especially when I was using it for doing stuff.
Literally, with Wi-Fi cards, if you enable and disable it and it doesn't come back, you reinstall the drivers, it doesn't come back,
You get it.
your card's gone. There's no fixing it.
Well, we replaced the card and then it started having similar problems. But it has it in the back room. So in the bedroom, it dies. Randomly.
It just sounds like a really bad Wi-Fi card.
Yeah. And then they sent me 3 replacement cards with only 2 of them able to fit the slot. Oh, sorry, one of them fit in the slot and 2 didn't. So it's always fun when you deal with that sort of issues.
Because I got a Wi-Fi card for my computer, and yeah, like I had to really do research because there's.
Well, this desktop down here doesn't have Wi-Fi, and its network card drops out every now and then. But it drops out on boot, so it's either there or it's not. So it's restart. Oh, it's there. I can now do stuff.
The only reason why I have to get a Wi-Fi card for my computer is because I don't have wired access in my room. I did, but it was really dodgy and just bad. And especially even now, it's even better now that I've got the meshing Wi-Fi network at home because I've got the one of the router extensions on my desk right above my computer.
For a minute there, I just thought I was about to lose OneDrive because every now and then OneDrive decides it can't sync and just, you're not connected. And then I have to reinitialize OneDrive. And when I reinitialize OneDrive, I've got to type in everything. And then I've got to select the location where I've stored everything because I'm not storing it on my primary hard drive because my primary hard drive is tiny.
Yeah.
And if I forget that and I go to the next step, it starts installing it on my primary hard drive, which is too small. And then I have to find a way to kill it, delete it, tell it to
do that.
Yeah, and that takes me a while to get through.
I hate OneDrive.
But
OneDrive is...
it has a whole lot of stuff backed up to it.
I know it's useful, but it is also a horrible system.
I also use the Google one backup for a bunch of stuff, but it also requires me to I've got to reinitialize both from this computer because if they're on the computer to begin with, it doesn't boot up. So they got to be manually started.
Oh, that's a
And if I forget to do that on a restart, I don't back things up, such as everywhere where I've been typing in the stuff is on the OneDrive. So if it had died in the middle of all that, none of that's backed up. It's like, yay. Okay, so now that we've managed to get that pile of stuff done, the dragon's happy to take you out because it can go a lot faster than you can underwater.
Yeah.
Especially now that you've got someone who has no longer got a water breathing or swim speed.
Yeah, I'm so glad that's finished.
So did anyone go through the dragon's treasure while it was sleeping?
No.
No, we are currently preoccupied with the hundreds upon hundreds of undead that are currently being raised. Even though there is shiny and possibly magical things over there, I prefer my own life.
Zol probably spends half the night. No, actually, probably like not half the night. Enough so I still get a long rest, but a little bit of time reading through my uncle's book
Yep.
before going to sleep.
Can do just sleep.
Yep. You have this wonderful night lying on gold and silver.
Page 367. Met with Emdrak's mother.
No, I haven't even met her yet. Oh well, sorry, yeah, Kim, but I don't know.
Just reading through his journals.
Okay, so reading through the journals of there, you do note that one of the teachers of your family was a dwarf.
Teachers of my family.
She's the OG.
So one of the people who corrupted your family back in the day was a dwarf.
Oh, fun!
Your mother was a vampire from the get-go.
No, but she would have to have been a vampire after she gave birth.
I'm trying to work out how I'm adopted them at this point.
Yeah.
Well, he could actually, she could still be his ancestor, but just kept raising him.
Oh yeah, good point.
Oh wow.
You might have been the last living family member.
I'm half tempted to detect good and evil on him. I really am.
Is he undead? Dinsh. Not yet.
Not yet, yeah. Uh-huh. Don't worry, once you turn undead, I do a lot more damage
Well,
to you.
no, the same could be said for my character, you know.
Is she undead? Not yet.
Not yet. When she is, I do a lot more damage to her as well.
You haven't accidentally dropped that arrow when it happens, would you?
Hey, look, drop. Apparently it does more damage to undead. What?
Those who be avoiding it then.
Okay, how early on is this reference? In the like family timeline.
Well, in the family timeline, because it doesn't start with the oldest times, it jumps around a lot as family lore is sort of gathered over time. It turns out that amongst the oldest records refers to a dwarf.
A female.
Female dwarf, yes.
Is there any description to go with that? Like at all, apart from female dwarf?
Female dwarf is notable in the areas where you come from. There are not a lot of dwarves, let alone female dwarves, running around.
Fair.
Are you using this or are you just reading?
No, I'm reading. I'm reading because I'm just like, this is too coincidental.
Though they do
not be
refer to her
related.
as Red Tooth.
Red Tooth.
Yeah.
Oh, great, yeah.
Did your mum have a red tooth?
Not that you noticed.
No, but Red Tooth would be reference to vampire.
Blood
Bloodsucker.
on teeth.
Yeah. Got to.
But
that was pretty
look,
given.
you do remember no one ever crossed your mum. Ever.
Let's be honest, Stefan is time and Amdrak is similar, so.
A lot of people just did whatever she said. No matter what it was she said.
But that could also be
Dominate.
charm.
Dominate! As vampires do.
And your mum rarely went out in the sun, that you remember. Like all mountain dwarves, you always like being on the ground.
Which is kind of funny and very like
I just want to test that.
conceive-
When we go outside, does he start to smoke?
Well, given that he travelled under us when we were like blazing sun shroud of
Actually,
doom,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's not a vampire.
Mum just had a fear of, giant glowing balls.
And you're always relegated to the furthest part from all the clan forges that were still inside Rockhome.
Mum just like corners.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, a forge doesn't protect everything.
No. I understand the forge would have a radius, yes. But after she's read everything and we've gotten up, we are still getting the hell out of here. Before something literally comes bites us in the arse.
My character is now contemplating whether I inform you that your mother has been a vampire for like centuries.
Eons.
That could be right.
Well, no, because I haven't told you yet. I'm contemplating whether I tell you.
Yeah. And our character is contemplating whether to tell you.
Though, technically, that also makes Emdrak's mother the mother of your family line as well. The undead side.
Is this why I understand and speak Dwarven?
Probably.
Great.
It's been the language that they do a lot of their necromancy in.
Oh dear.
It's like tinge of accent.
Cool. So like I said, once we
I
wake
love
up,
making these things work together.
Once we wake up,
Hi, cousin. And you just look at me going,
hi cousin, stab.
I'm approaching you like that's not funny. I'm trying to work on my donkey right now.
I show you that one passage, just quietly between us.
So mad. I'd be glowing. My flames would actually seriously.
So give me an insight roll.
No, you just.
No.
You're probably
no.
asleep.
I'm glowing at the situation alone.
Oh. Yeah.
14?
You do think it means from that one passage she shows you that doors were responsible for corrupting her family line?
Sorry.
And it describes the dwarf as being called Red Tooth as title.
Wait, what?
The dwarf is titled as Red Tooth.
Oh. Title. Give me half the time. Sleepy Stefan had a title. As in title Rick. As in my other character. I'm like, holy mother of God! Okay.
Yeah, that would have been even better. Let's see if that's a better idea. No, didn't come up. But it would have been an interesting one.
Oh, that would have been hilarious.
and
And I kind of alluded to the fact that we might.
Well, they all happen in the
slightly
same
relate
universe.
Somehow.
How to get someone who's thousands of miles away to come a bit closer?
I explained that my family has passed down Dwarven. Hence why I speak Dwarven. Why else would?
This person's called Red Tooth.
Yeah, but like, still part of a big family.
So you have a red tooth in the family.
Not that I'm aware of.
What's the dragon up to right now?
Oh, the dragon is just watching everything because it's fine as amusing. You know, sort of lying there, lazing about.
Let me get this straight. I'm possibly adopted.
I go to the
Now
dragon
related
and
to
just
you.
sit and stare
I
at
blew up my home.
It sort of looks at you and says, you two legs are strange.
Yeah, good question.
Yeah.
It's almost better when you can fly.
It was better when I could swim. I could just literally swim out of here.
Well, you're a hothead, that's your problem.
Yeah.
Hang on, if you're related to me, why am I the last to be related to?
I interrupt this and break the fourth wall. Let's stop playing Adam's Family.
No, but you don't
And
know
get
what
out
I'm
of
talking
here.
about because I'm talking Dwarven to him because none of you understand.
Well, I'm still interrupting what you guys are saying, even though I can't understand it. I'm saying stop playing Adam's Family and let's get out of here.
No, this is the night before.
This is during that night while they're resting.
Oh.
Because I'm doing this before I have my long rest. Because I wanted to find out what the hell the connection was. And you were probably asleep.
Or just listening to this banter. You're like, what the fuck?
No, in fact, I'll probably be up with the dragon.
Okay, so Em, I'll give you an insight roll.
I could probably reroll that actually.
Want to make that an advantage roll?
Yes.
Okay.
Why would you go an insight roll?
I'll take that.
It wasn't 4.
Yeah, someone had bumped it.
Oh, had they? Oh.
Yeah, I had a little tokens as well to go with it.
Oh, right.
So yes.
So that was 6 before. Hey, that's much better. 19.
Okay, 19.
much better.
Okay.
Did you good?
Yeah.
So, it does write about a curse tied to your family and tied to the dwarven family line, and that by using the forge of the clan, you can lift the curse with the last heir of the line.
And this is in her necromancy book.
Yep.
As
Well, she hadn't read it earlier.
No, because I've been reading it in dribs and drabs because we've been busy.
So one of the big things that they describe this forge in this ruined dwarven city that is lost to time, that only the dwarves seem to know about, but they won't talk about.
I really regret not having downtime
To read the book.
to read the book. Because that's what I was going to do in the next downtime, was read the book instead of reading it in dribs and drabs.
And it also describes how you could forge weapons to protect or destroy the undead with the forge.
Oh my god, I would
That's why
so...
they wanted us to blow it up so we couldn't.
I would so use that!
And apparently the it also says that the mad dwarves could potentially enhance or fix it if it was out of power.
Oh god.
So you could probably engage.
So
They were
basically-
talking about engaging them to.
They basically rebooted it with new software.
or not new software. They could basically bring it back to power
Oh dear.
and make it usable again.
That makes me mad.
You don't know about this.
I know, but now the character makes me mad because my paladin would absolutely take a weapon that could...
And
Destroy
it
undead.
talks about how one of your ancestors was trying to engage the dwarves to come here and do so. And
one of my
had
good ancestors.
had set off to the northern reaches to do so.
That's funny.
And that would have been probably about 50 years ago.
I guess he's 50.
I'm not 50.
He is.
I am.
Oh.
So they said that when he was basically born, that's the person who was going to come here and destroy the furnaces. The forges, sorry.
I know that they had said they were basically trying to engage someone from the northern reaches to come here and bring this forge to life so they can actually end the curse.
So what, that would have been your dad, maybe? Or your real dad, or your real parent?
He's not from the northern reaches. He's from Rockhome. So they went to the mad dwarves because the normal dwarves wouldn't talk to them. So the mad dwarves had the power to use the forge without being actual clan dwarves.
So someone 50 years ago set out from my family to go to the Mad Dwarves?
Mhm.
Right, okay.
Or technically ours.
Why are we reading on this book again?
Because I wanted to know what the connection was. And I'm reading this and I'm going... Like, I'm flabbergasted.
At the rate that you're reading this, you are so not getting a long rest.
So I'm digging my own hole by reading.
You
this
can
book
have a
right
long.
now.
You can still get the benefits of a long rest, as long as she gets some sleep.
Yeah. So I'm spending a little bit of time reading through this. So it would be maybe like an hour and a half. And we have...
Because you don't have to actually sleep for that whole 8-hour point to get it.
How can you sleep with this existential crisis that just happened?
With a dragon looking over us. That's how we can do it. We literally have the blessing of a dragon right now to have a rest.
I'm just
The best thing I should sleep.
really regretting that we haven't had downtime right now. And
I'm regretting not having parents.
Oh no, you've got parents apparently.
Apparently.
One of them just won't stay dead.
No, I've got no idea about.
okay, yes. What is my book written in?
It's written in mainly Dwarven,
Mainly Dwarven. Okay, awesome.
which is why you could read it and no one else would really understood it.
Yeah, okay.
It also explains why your aunt spoke Dwarven.
It explains a lot of things.
Yep.
So, hi cousin.
and it also goes into a little bit about using the elements and stuff.
Which
How
I'm
that-
now closely related to nature.
So there are. So it talks about the four main elements and the fifth element that the undead seem to thrive off,
Yeah, the dark, like the.
Uh-oh.
which is where the Jhyrrad that go crazy and generally end up becoming one of those.
Be scared.
Awesome.
I'm so glad I didn't drop 2 rocks.
You would have lost your rocks.
He would have been entropic.
I didn't care about your rock. I cared about my rock.
Yeah, but could have made you fire first time, drop the second one, become entropic, well, we're fucked.
But hey, with the story,
Just.
So after
I'm
long rest,
not
Mhm.
liking this at all.
you feel refreshed, but somewhat disturbed.
that's
That
fine.
is an accurate
So,
description.
have I heard
I
any
turned-
of this,
I
or
turned- I
are
turned
you
to the
just
dragon.
reading it all?
No. So, I read some of the passage, and
Do you
then I
have
went
anything
over and
that could
spoke
possibly
Dwarven with
help
dwarf.
us?
Yeah.
That I
And
can
my book is
use
written pretty much in
against these
Dwarven,
people?
so
Yeah.
none of you can understand what
Stand
I'm
on
talking
it.
about.
so
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So both me and Mdrak wake up in the morning, just look really just white sheeted and just we're not talking.
Oh my god, that ghosts are on deck killing
we're just not talking. We're just morbidly just getting ready.
Okay, so the dragon gives you a black pearl.
A black pearl.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Interesting. Because
Each of us a black pearl.
No, just him.
Just him.
Because
Okay.
I turned him under the circumstances saying, do you have anything that I can use that will help us with this undead situation?
All right.
And she says that while you've got that on you, you can't be turned into an undead.
Oh, wow. Can we all have one?
I say thank you. Is there enough for the rest of the party, or
She's only got one.
I quietly come up to Dragon and just ask, is it him or her?
Her.
Her. Ask her.
She's thinking about relocating now.
I'm in 2 minds right now?
What I can do about situation? Does she understand Dwarvish?
She understands Dwarvish.
Okay, so
Yeah.
she would have heard our conversation last
Mm.
night, so
Yeah.
she would know what I'm talking
I'm
about.
spoken to her in Dwarven.
Yeah, right. If she knows anything to help our situation at all.
She sort of looks at you two and goes, "Well, considering you destroyed what was stopping them,
We didn't know.
Yeah, well.
ignorance isn't always an excuse." Did you have the book?
I haven't read it
How,
much.
how long have you had the book for?
4 months, maybe?
And you
Depending on-
haven't really read it much in 4 months?
Because I had been avoiding reading it because of my pride, and now that's just been completely shattered. So,
Okay, so your pride caused this to happen.
in a roundabout way, yeah.
And your god was angry with you because you're prideful?
Yes. Well, no, mate. Well, yeah, in a roundabout way, yes. My god took away me being the thing I wanted to be most, which was different from my family.
Okay. So now you have to go fix this.
Yeah.
Well, you might need to go talk to the dwarves. because only the dwarves can use a forge to fix a forge.
Awesome. So we need to ask these dwarves that we've found.
They don't have that forge. Only the mountain dwarves have access to a forge to fix the forges.
Oh, like his dwarves, not
Yeah.
these dwarves. Right. Okay.
Those ones there just use any clan forge they can get their hands on, because other dwarves don't like them touching it. They're very insular. They don't even let hill dwarves touch their
Who would
forge.
convince the mountain dwarves to repair a forge when there's like, hundreds of undead?
Send them a shopping list.
It's the bottom of the lake. You threw it away.
Whoops.
Actually, wasn't it your chieftain that sent you that
You sent him a quest.
My chieftain did send me a message on the back of the tablet, but the person who I think sent me on the mission was my mother.
Right.
Is that correct?
She did send you originally, and the clan chief had also sent you that you'd been working for.
Yeah. She claimed it was from the chieftain, so I just went, okay.
Right. Awesome.
But Emdrak always did whatever his mother said to do.
Yeah, and for some reason Mum didn't like those mad dwarves. Don't know why.
Yeah. Any wonder why?
I'm getting more and more hot-headed with you. I threw my rock away, and you have caused a mass raising of undead.
Not intentionally.
Yeah, and he doesn't even know half the story now.
So you're watching the dragon load all the coins into a hole.
A hole?
Yeah, she just basically folds out a hole, throws everything into the hole,
She has like a
Dimension hole.
bag of holding with
it's
a dimensional
amazing.
hole.
It's a
and
dimensional
then she
hole.
picks up this little rock with all these carvings on it that's familiar and tosses it in the hole.
It's your rock.
Can I
ask her for your
dive in
rock
after
back.
it?
No,
I
he's
am-
not going to.
I am glowing.
What happens if I dive in after it?
You want to dive into the hole?
Sounds like a bad idea.
That
No,
does sound like a bad idea. No.
that's a terrible idea.
Then she rolls up the hole.
I'm glowing right now.
What colour?
She looks at you. You ready to swim now?
We'll see how much of this turns to steam.
She goes, okay, and then she flicks you into the water. You go out.
How much of it turns to steam?
Not much.
That's a new one, Steve Genasi.
Nice.
You're effectively.
I go, I feel much better, thank you.
Will it work for the others?
Ah.
She flicks the dwarf into the water.
But you understand my anger towards this one.
Okay. As I'm going to the water, I wasn't ready!
Nope, didn't work so well.
Zald volunteers to go into the water.
That's okay. She goes and takes the two in the water out to the other side.
Alright.
Before I drown.
Well, we have to take you right down into the depths and follow a cavern.
Yeah.
So you're holding your breath for about a minute or so, and you're out on the mountainside.
I said to the dragon, I forgot I can't breathe underwater now.
It's okay, I'll go get the others.
Thank you.
And you're sitting out on the steps in a lake near the mountainside.
Staring intently at that one.
Yes, you're left alone with the paladin. What you do?
Say nothing.
You
Say
can see
nothing.
the sky.
I have told you to shut up. The best thing is to stay quiet right now.
Yeah, I'm managing to get that kind of vibe. There's a little bit of tension there. It's okay for the most part, just a little bit of tension.
Is it day or night?
We don't know, we're still on the ground.
No, you're out. You're out in the open. You can see the sky.
It's too much.
It is. You got sunlight.
We can't tell. There's too much tension in the air.
But apparently it's overcast. You don't know what time of day it is.
Damn it. I was about to say, if it's clear and it's sunny, I was seriously going to pray to my god. Going,
I recommend
this is
doing
an
it
unholy
anyway,
place.
even if it's happened.
Actually, hell, I'm still going to do it. I'm going to pray to my god and say this is an unholy place.
Give me a religion roll.
Supernova Red!
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Jack's not probably going to because he's probably going to get it.
You might need to use the roller.
Yeah, I might use the roller.
Not quite
17.
supernova, but
17. Okay, apparently you guys listening as you feel this shaft of light fall on you. Just on you.
I'll make sure that I shuffle away from the light.
because that doesn't look suspicious at all.
As Imdrac shuffles away, it gets a little bit bigger.
I'll keep shuffling.
Can I say keep going? Keep going! I want to sunburn this dwarf.
Well, we have been underground for a few weeks, so we're probably all pasty white.
And
Yeah.
then out comes...
Except me.
Well, I was about to say, what are you talking about? I'm literally made of fire.
No, the rest of us.
No, I'm not.
Well, you're
I'm
more
tan.
copper skinned than...
Yeah, but you wouldn't be tanned
wow.
after 3 weeks on.
Because
Yeah,
everyone
this
looks
is
human.
my natural skin.
All the Genasi look
I know.
human.
Okay, well.
Oh, you're a dark over, right?
More of a
You'll
red
be
tinge.
still
So
slightly
you
lighter.
from what you've been made to understand is humans are a descendant of the Genasi, and not the other way around.
Interesting.
So humans are a version of Genasi that have lost touch with the elements,
Interesting.
which means they're closer aligned to the Death Genasi than anything else.
Great.
Damn it! Confliction.
Which is why humans are so destructive.
Yeah. Which is why it's up to me to keep law, isn't it?
Yep. And then out come Kamdu and Zal. As the dragon goes back for more. So yes, you come out and there's this pillar of light on Cheval.
Awesome. I'm
Through, like, there's one pillar of light through the overcast.
Wow.
You can see it's just clouds from horizon.
Wow, that makes me sort of think a little bit.
Getting a tan.
I'm messaging someone about a certain someone.
You can see
I
Cheval doing the rocking while praying, rocking while praying, rocking while praying, and Imdrac is doing this shuffle further and further away, but the light hasn't grown anymore since that first bit.
Thank God the last time this happened.
we caused third-degree sunburns on most of the town.
And destroyed the entire town.
Yeah, you've still got some,
We
some
didn't destroy it. We just
burn
gave it
damage from
sunlight
that
for the
day.
first time in 100 years.
I'm going to shuffle around the shaft of light
Yep.
as well and join Imdrac
Mhm.
in the nice dirt.
Yep.
I'm looking very uneasy at this point.
What? I'm just picturing in my mind this shaft of light on me and this rain cloud on the other two.
And I'm going to try and get my bearings.
Yep. Give me a nature check, a survival check actually, survival check.
So I'll check.
A 1.
Wow, you have lost touch with your ranger abilities, haven't you?
Oh, we really have. Unless I reroll that, which I probably could because we still have 2 and it's like 10 o'clock. Yeah, I'm going to reroll
Metagaming. Natural 1. Natural 1.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if my dice did that twice. Yeah,
Not much better.
Not much better. 8 survival, yeah?
You're in a
6
forest.
and 8, yes. 8.
Alright, okay, so you can identify you're against a mountain range. So, considering you believe the plains are to the north, the mountain ranges are to the south behind you, so you should be able to just head out onto the plains, but you have no horses.
Oh no.
And it dawns on you, you've left your horses somewhere else.
We left him at the initial entrance.
Yep.
And we have no idea where that is from where we are.
Next time the dragon pops around, are you going to ask if there's an easy way back to the valley?
Where the
Okay.
entrance was.
Where that entrance was?
Okay, so it pops out again with Jeff and Hugh. And give me a initiative roll to see if you can ask the dragon before it pops away again.
20.
Actually.
20? Okay, you managed to get it just before it drops its head under and says, Yes?
Can you direct us or take us as
Yes,
well
we'll-
to the entrance in the valley?
Oh, it points in direction, says, about a week's travel that way.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay, that a week is not too bad considering what we've just been through.
If you're on horseback, it'd be a lot faster.
That's the reason why we're going
You
there.
can take that mad wolf back. He's not one of ours.
Oh, well, all the dwarves paid to come.
Oh, fine.
I thank him for the directions, and do we need to, be aware of any dangers on the route back down?
Hobgoblins, goblins, orcs, because the orcs would have come out somewhere around here. Oh yeah,
Or stem drag.
there's a crazy goat around here somewhere as well.
Oh no, don't worry, we know about Stem Drag, it's fine. He's cool.
But the one that is, undead powered.
Wait, what?
Possibly. Maybe that's why he liked me. I don't know. We'll find out in a week's time.
He seems to like to eat other animals.
My goat's a cannibal?
Then why would he have kept the cows alive? Oh.
Not
Yeah.
to eat.
To eat. Really hope our horses are okay. We've been down here for like 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, he has this strange form of vampirism that he can pass on to animals.
What the royal? Okay.
I
Is
vote
there-
not going there. I vote not doing a week's travel to find our undead horses.
I vote to go find out what's happened to them.
Yeah, but isn't like princesses here? Dad gonna kick our asses if we don't bring the horses back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, pretty much they get kicked out of the clans for not having their horses.
Okay, now that we're out, I apologise to Camdu for stepping on her lead.
Is he able to take us down there quicker, or at least a couple of us down there quicker and find out what's happened?
So possibly, but it's got to get the other dwarves first.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. Like once we're all here, if you're able to take us down quicker, that would be
There's already
awesome.
2 here. Who's the third one?
Well,
There was
there are
3.
another 3 dwarves back there.
The other
And
three
there's
dwarves-
also the
those
elf.
ones.
Yeah,
the other
yeah,
three
yeah,
dwarves
yeah.
that we
Yeah, no.
that
So
you guys
he's
wanted
bringing
to
our
fight.
party.
Right.
He's bringing our party and
the
those dwarves.
armor dwarves.
Yeah, the armored dwarves.
Well, these were the dwarves who were building the undead killing weapons
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mdrek is still.
Oh!
that Zal's family had paid them to do.
Wait, what?
Yep. Remember that stuff we were reading last night?
Vaguely.
I want to be best friends
No,
with
but
these
he
dwarves.
he,
I really
he
do.
doesn't know that. Your character doesn't know that though.
Well, the fact that they were here stopping undead.
No, but you don't know that because you haven't asked them. I only know that now as character because I've read my uncle's.
Well, in the end, we're all going to have a discussion after this anyway. It's some kumbaya around a campfire, so.
Yeah, it may.
I'll probably get a lot of information.
It
very
may or may
quickly.
not come out, but yeah. Anyway, in the meantime.
I don't know, I feel like this version of Kumbaya equates to a lot of punches to my face.
And mine.
to the beat of kumbaya. Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya.
And you have Imdrak going, "Why is the only time music works when someone's beating me?"
Why is the only time that music's in tune is when they're beating me?
Okay, so yes, they get them all out, and so it's like, "What, you wanted me to do something more before I left?
Yes, if you could pretty please take us down to.
I
the-
can take 2.
You and Cam do. I'm happy to stay here with that one and the mad dwarves.
I asked the mad dwarves kindly in Dwarven
Mm-hmm.
to make sure that he doesn't kill him while we're gone.
But we wouldn't mind, they said. He destroyed all our life's work. We spent 50 years
I'm
getting
not
that
going
working.
to kill him.
I know now. I know why.
And the person who paid us gave up their life to power it.
Can I ask who?
They basically give your uncle's name.
The evil uncle.
No, the one who
Oh, my
was
good uncle.
the one who had actually gone off to get this done.
Like my favorite uncle?
pretty much your favorite uncle.
That is a terrible roll. Okay.
While I'm praying,
So Imdra just pipes up and goes, I'm 50.
while I'm praying,
Yep.
I'm praying to my God of form of punishment for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because he has raised... His actions has caused a mass raising of undead.
Just look. I know your life's work, and I know it's important. I know how important it is now.
14.
He can't die yet. He cannot die.
Okay, so
You're making the wrong idea.
you get this feeling of satisfaction from your god as the light shifts from you to them, to him.
You mind?
And while you're in this light, you find that the sun really is the right place to be, as you feel yourself slightly change.
Into what?
No longer a hill dwarf. Oh, you're a mountain dwarf. You're now a hill dwarf.
Okay.
So he's a crazy dwarf.
No, he's not the crazy dwarf. He's the dwarfs who are no longer allowed back into the mountains.
Oh wow.
He's forever banned from his hometown.
So we literally can't fix what we've just destroyed.
Well, he's no longer part of the family line.
I might have not been in the first place.
He
Well,
may
that-
not-
to be
he
fair-
may just return to his normal form.
Well, it's easier to become a hill dwarf than a mountain dwarf. You have to be born a mountain dwarf. A mountain dwarf can be cursed to become a hill dwarf. You no longer have that problem with healing magic.
Oh. But I'm sure there are other problems that come with it.
Yeah.
No, actually, all the other problems went away.
She's in the US.
Hey, it's easier to take care of you now.
I had my mum for that, but that turned out badly. I guess.
You will thank me later.
I don't know, this sun's still in my eyes, I can't really see much right now.
Okay, but like, you were the last clan member that we know of.
No, he's created his own clan, remember?
Yeah.
So, as now that you've changed from being a dwarf that you were to the dwarf that you are,
Yeah. I think I need
your strength drops by 2.
Strength drops by 2. Okay.
Your wisdom increases by 1.
Strength drops by 2. Okay. So
That was much better of what I was thinking to do to him.
What? Kill him?
After each long rest of burning hands.
Oh.
I wasn't gonna kill him. I was going to
Chip away his health.
injure him day by day after a long rest.
And you get you have 1 hit point per level, and every time you gain a level, you gain an extra hit point.
Okay.
So your hit points go up.
So you've got an extra 3 hit points. Okay.
But
Your
you do
what?
lose your dwarven armor training.
Oh.
So you gain the hill dwarf proficient attributes instead of the mountain dwarf attributes. You also lose your protection against your resistance to necrotic damage.
Do we notice a change?
Yep. It's an obvious change. His features change.
Oh wow.
Oh boy. I honestly, these other dwarves,
So I
if
can't
there
wear
is
medium
any
armor and stuff
possibility.
Not unless you have a class trait that gives you that.
I'll have to check that. Thanks. Okay.
I asked the.
And even the color of his stubble changes.
Wow. And his hair that's starting
I'm
to grow
guessing I
back.
feel this, Jay.
Yep.
Can I look at the water?
Yeah. You see a hill dwarf looking back at you.
Doesn't your family hate
Can I
your
shriek in a
dwarves?
monotone?
Yep.
I shriek in a monotone.
And you find that your monotone actually has a tune to it.
What the? Okay.
You have been changed from a cover band to an actual band now.
Can I sing?
You can sing.
Yeah, real loud now.
You are no longer one of the chosen of Kagia.
Can I play my drum? Wait. They get taken from me.
Yes.
Yeah.
You gave them away.
I did. I don't have those anymore.
You can now use music.
Well, this is awkward.
Apparently, the god you were following is no longer sponsoring you or cursing you.
So I've changed gods.
You haven't got a god.
You haven't
No.
you have to fall.
You have to find a god.
I have removed your evil god. Well, my god has removed your evil god.
You remove the influences of your god. And your god does not care about anyone who's not a mountain dwarf.
I probably turn to you, raise a finger, put it back down and go, considering your change, I guess this is fair.
He has changed your religion.
I have my eyes from prayer and I go, about time someone sees that.
So you cursed him so badly you changed his religion.
That is hilarious.
As the band Ram used to say, losing my religion.
Black Sabbath.
And a nice time for it to go red.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'm asking
Thanks,
these other
God.
dwarves
Yeah.
if there is any possibility they can restart this work somewhere.
No, this was the last known forge that was not guarded by the mountain dwarves. The mountain dwarves will not let them near any of their forges. And it required a clan forge to make the weapons.
Oh, there's.
And the only way we can fix that forge is going to the mountain dwarves, and you're not a mountain dwarf anymore.
Were there any secret entrances that I knew of into the mountain dwarf place?
No, because your family was despised.
Oh yeah, that's right. So we weren't told. So I have no idea. There's a front entrance and that's it.
Yeah.
No, so literally what we read about last night, we cannot possibly do now.
Unless you can find another mountain dwarf who is actually on it. And get their help.
Any other mountain dwarf?
Most mountain dwarves are considered, you need someone who can get access to the clan forge of their clan.
Okay, so it is possible, just not with him.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then you no longer have a family member to fix it and power it.
Yep. Yeah, but we could use
Because
their forge.
apparently, one of the things you do get to in the book is that there is a search for the last line of that family.
I'm surprised my god has
Well, that's
no-
not happening anymore.
Your entire family split all over the world to look for the last remaining family member.
And guess who found it?
Yeah, and guess who's a hill dwarf now?
Well, that's because he
Speaking
destroyed
of which,
everything.
I'd probably point to you and say, well, now that I'm no longer a mountain dwarf, I'll need a new name.
Oh,
Seeing as you created this,
I didn't create anything.
no, you
or
did
your dude up there,
it. No, you did it. 'cause
I will respond to that. My god punished you for the actions that you have done in the mountains.
Or rewarded him.
Thus, you can have your own name.
fine.
I also dropped the joke, the heels are alive with the sound of music.
As far as you're concerned, the hill dwarves are the despised dwarves of the dwarven community.
Yeah.
Hey, we have something in common. I'm the despised Jhyrrad, you are the despised dwarf.
We're becoming a party of despised
People.
members. People.
Plus the princess.
Yeah,
Who
I was gonna
everyone
say,
loves.
The princess looks pretty sus, being followed around by despised people right now.
That's all right. The princess is sort of despised herself because she's this prophet. Remember?
Yeah,
She,
yeah,
she thinks she can take on everything by
Yeah, but
herself.
if she surrounds herself by terrible people, she looks better.
Oh, well, that's a good point. I like that.
She brings you up by her mere presence.
Yeah, and then people can go, oh, look at the princess trying to make better of these
Don't
horrible
worry.
people.
I pick her up by my mere healing.
I'm curious.
Okay, so like I could go to another mountain dwarf, and we could potentially use their
Okay.
forge to make these weapons.
Well, you wouldn't be able to use their forge because they'll never allow the mad dwarves near their forge. You have to get someone to fix his clan's forge.
Well, it's going to get buried under the thing, isn't it? Collapsing.
What is your...
Well, the magic that they use to sustain that area is failing. So you either they find some other way to sustain it, and a
Can
undead vampire probably has magic.
probably.
So it will be able to sustain itself. Or it's work.
Yeah, but we still do get out because
We have to get out because it'll try and get us.
But it won't recognise that clan anymore because the clan is technically dead.
Yeah.
So all the protections against orcs and undead will all go away.
So it's going to get overrun by those sort of things.
So the orcs were banned from the actual citadel itself because they couldn't get through the defences.
Mm-hmm.
they can now, and they would probably also be welcomed by a vampire dwarf.
Who might
Wait.
just, make them part of the family.
Yeah.
Ugh. What have we done? What have you done?
That's 2 games where they've started an apocalypse.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh dear.
I'm not too far from each other too.
Awesome.
So if you go north, just north and a little bit to the west, they've started another apocalypse.
Oh, great.
Wait, I heard apocalypse?
Yeah.
We started 2 apocalypses, technically.
The Wednesday game started one, and now you guys have started one.
We're unleashing hordes of undead vampires.
I didn't unleash shit.
Neither did I.
And yeah, I don't know what the other people did.
You 2 are the evil ones in the party.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And you'll be able to recover the horses.
Good.
Sweet.
Good.
So we go do that. Are you guys gonna stay there for the week? I presume we will come back.
Oh, I'm gonna stay here with the crazy dwarfs and absolutely get loads and loads of details on everything.
So the dragon takes me and Cam
To get the horse.
to get the horses.
As far as I'm aware,
Yeah.
these dwarves, after combat, are my best friends, and I'm going to absolutely have a discussion and a
And I'm
long
gonna
chat.
ask lots of pointed questions and said
Okay, so at
ghost.
which point they would tell you about how they had come here after many many quests to get all the materials to reactivate the forge, to start building weapons to fight the undead. And they just gotten the forge ready when it went boom.
I will glow for about 10 seconds, close my eyes, and then not glow.
So okay, they were
I respect their efforts to stop undead.
well, they were talking about building a set of swords that were holy avengers for paladins.
I respect their knowledge and their craftsmanship if they were to achieve those.
Demons can help them build anything they say.
Mad dwarfs.
That would be borderline.
So, give me a knowledge religion roll.
18.
Okay, from religious stuff that you do know is that the entropics are neither good nor evil, but they do deal with the destruction of things.
Then I respect them.
So, while most of the demons and devils fall under the domain of the entropics, they can build things to achieve goals. So, depending on which god they serve,
Then I have the utmost respect to them.
Mm.
For a neutral demon.
so that because none of the gods are either good or evil, they have an objective, and as long as you're following their objective, they're considered good. If you're not following their objective and you're going against their objective, then to you they're evil. So your god is a god of sunlight and destroying undead. You can hear something? Siren. Mm.
Firefighters.
Mm. So
And
then
they're close to.
So you then would be opposed against people creating undead.
That's the reason why I pray to my god, for the fact that this guy has raised, his actions have raised undead. I pray to my god to punish him.
Okay, so as you're collecting the horses, there is a literal army of kobolds that are pouring out after you.
We just get on the horses.
Luckily, you're able to run faster than them.
Yeah.
But they're the kobolds that we fought with too, so yeah, I don't know.
So have they just been hiding in that upper region of the
No, they've been escaping.
for 3 weeks?
Yes.
Nah.
Well, there was the ones that had died while trying to escape,
Yeah.
and all those have been animated.
See, they're undead now. Undead
Oh,
kobolds.
so they were staying in that upper entrance, and now they're all fleeing.
Well, there was the ones that were alive who made it out
Yeah.
to be seen.
Oh no! So sorry. The undead kobolds are
the ones coming out.
Oh
So
no!
everything that died or was dead in that place is now coming back to life.
You better
Yeah.
not. You better not tell me about that.
Nothing
Cam
happened.
Probably will.
Oh, Cam probably.
Cam
will.
probably will.
I probably tell you, please do not tell the paladin that.
Why?
We
should
we have enough on our plate to deal with without him going supernova angry on us. She to go supernova angry on us.
And you
Okay,
do
that's
you
your
notice
point.
that above where the the Dwarven Citadel is, it's starting to have a black cloud start to form.
Oh, it's the opposite of my colour. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
And do I recognize that cloud?
There was a similar one over the Glantrian area where you're in.
Yeah, sweet. Awesome.
Before my god eradicated that one.
Well,
Yeah,
it,
it's
it
probably
went back
back by
again
now.
when you moved.
Yeah, I understand that, but still. I know who the superior god is. Haha.
Yeah. We'll keep this quiet for a little bit. You can tell him later.
Okay.
Tell him when we're weeks down the track.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell him just not today.
Okay.
Tell him
Not this week, please.
Okay, so you head back, pick the others up,
Do
and
we see the goat, or is the goat just gone?
goat's gone.
Is the cows gone?
Yeah.
But all our horses and my axe beak's fine.
Yep.
Sweet.
Well, the X-Beak is there's only one X-Beak now.
Uh-oh.
Which one?
Steve.
Yours.
Okay. What happened to it? Do I know what happened to the other one?
Give me an insight roll.
I could probably speak with animals to speak with them on the way, but anyway.
Probably teamed up the undead.
19?
19. Your X-Beak has bits of other X-Beak feather in its mouth and on its claws.
It's eaten the other one.
Uh-oh.
No, it's. I reckon it's fought the other one.
It's fought the other one. It would be territorial, because it's aging.
Yeah.
I would presume.
So some of the animals have turned because of the goat.
Either
How
that
many
or it was
How
territorial.
many do they bring back?
Which one of the kobolds?
No. How
Oh,
many
they bring
do
back.
these two bring back?
They bring back all the horses.
All the
All of
horses.
them. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So do we check them? We make sure they're okay. They're not undead horses.
They don't look like undead horses.
We'll get him
I'm
to
able to
detective.
check them.
Yeah. She'll probably check them, and he'll probably do it.
They feel like a normal horse.
No, I would know.
Just give me a second.
Would you?
Yes, I would know because I've
How?
got animal handling and they're like my whole thing.
Well, they handle like a normal horse.
When we get back, I'm gonna ask him to do detect good and evil.
Yeah, I use the check good and evil.
You don't detect any undead.
Sweet.
Good. I tell the party there's no undead.
And I wonder how I'm gonna break it to Hugh that Hugh's actually gone.
Actually, with the bits of feathers, do I detect evil on those?
No, I'd probably clean them.
No, it's territorial.
It would probably be territorial.
Oh, okay.
Everything else. 'Cause they're
Besides,
axe
it'd have to have been within a certain amount of time for the residue to.
And I'd probably clean the bird up in that time. Because it would probably take, like a day or two on horse to get back?
Probably about 2 days on horseback. So yes, and then we'll next time we play, you'll be a level,
Yay!
and some time will have passed as you explain things to your family.
Yay!
Hmm.
Wait, I don't have a family.
What's your character's
I
last
love
name?
my god
I-
right now.
Don't have one.
I don't have one.
Okay.
I don't have a last name either.
I pray to my god saying, I'm sorry the fact that I started off as a water genasi. I've found my true form.
And now you don't have to worry about being
Actually,
turned
you-
into
you
a
know what,
vampire.
You probably have to ask
Yeah.
Martin what my surname is, because I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Same with mine. Oh, mine's probably.
But yours is a bit of calm.
Yeah,
You-
mine's probably.
well, basically, Khan is title of the leader,
Oh,
so
okay.
they don't really
Have
give you
that
any
name.
other name.
Oh, okay.
And M's family name is actually the same name as your former family name.
Oh.
My former one.
Yeah, you gave it up. Remember? You said I will no longer be called this.
Oh, so it was Ironheim. Okay.
Yes.
Ooh, I didn't
Is
even
it-
know that.
So I'm guessing
That's your last
I'm
name,
guessing
Ironheim.
I'm guessing it would now be Ironheim because I've possibly
Yeah.
converted him
Well,
back to
I'm
his
going to
original
rub out my
name.
name now and
Oh no, he'd no longer be Ironheim because he's no longer a mountain dwarf.
No, so technically,
Oh,
I'm the
wow.
last member of your family.
Yep.
I'm now something else.
Oh.
I should pray to my god about you.
No!
You don't know all this.
No, I'm joking.
I don't.
out of character joking.
Yes, we don't know this. It
No,
is too
I know Chauvel does not know this.
Yeah.
I'm saying out of character as a joke. I should pray to my god
Yes.
and change M.
Oh, God.
Yes.
How do you, Stefan, spell that? Is it like iron as in
IRON
I-R-O-N?
HEIM.
That was a fun session.
H-E-I-M?
It's always nice to have story reveals based on how the players play.
Oh yeah.
Because I had no idea where that was going until the players went, how about I do this? Sure, let's do that. That makes it fit well. That fits the story.
Let's create our own canon.
Well, that's how I do most of them.
That's
Is
nice.
the
Yeah,
backstory
that's
happens based on what the players want to do
Yeah.
and how they build their characters.
Yeah.
Such as you wanted to have some tragedy happen,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
so it was a fitting tragedy, and M had a disgrace,
M.
which fitted with the tragedy.
And I protected Camdu.
Oh, for your name.
And then protected Zal in the end
You can also
because
press the more names button if you want more.
because I don't want to piss off his mother. The dwarf I'm just kind of fed up with at the moment. Don't worry, I can actually kill you properly now.
He's actually amusing.
It was. Hopefully with the extra 3 hit points you don't go down as much.
Well, 4 now because you've gone up a level.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Remember that.
And you
Or
actually have
just
tune.
say Hill Dwarf traits,
Not,
because that will tell you to look up what you need to do.
not,
Yeah.
hello
What
darkness,
did you say
my
that?
old friend.
Just
I've come to talk.
Tigers.
You're inspired out
Yeah,
there. I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
feel
Tigers.
inspired,
That's
but
not cool.
sure,
Alright.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I saw
So
that one
you
too,
you
yeah.
gave me a new name then.
I didn't.
I asked you for it, since he wouldn't. So I asked my relative.
I only asked my god to remove what you had. I didn't tell my god to give you
Do
something.
I get the feeling, like when he changes, do I get the feeling of almost of like
Separation?
inheritance or separation?
You don't know yet.
No, okay, right.
Well, the thing is, you've never been one to connect with your family.
Yeah.
Well, no.
You'd always walk away from it. So you're not really too sure if you're the oldest surviving heir.
But I know I'm.
But you do know you have other family members that went out looking for the oldest surviving heir. They always assumed it was a dwarf. That's what law says.
Do I know now that I am potentially one of the last heirs?
You'll know if you come across family relics that you can use.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
I still have some of the stuff in the crypt of my ancestors, so you could technically try and...
Including a sword that's now insulting you.
Yes! Oh god, yes! Shit. Yeah. Is Jot still around?
Which one's Jot? The
The little thing on the shoulder.
yeah.
Oh god, they're both around. Okay.
Yeah. And Jot says, really shows that you don't really pay attention.
I disagree with that.
Do I hear Jot now?
Not yet.
Oh yeah.
Do I hear my dad saying anything? Or is he just still mumbling away?
He's still mumbling away.
Nothing's changed.
So what happens if she touches the sword?
You don't know. You'll find out when you actually do it in game.
Well,
So I shall put up the end credits.